akọ̀ kí àwọn tiwantiwa ṣàlàáfíà gbogbo wa wà, ṣàlàáfíà everybody wà, àkókò ní ṣe lásán ọlọ́run ètò olúkálukú bá dẹ̀ ṣe náà ló máa jèrè ẹ̀, ìtẹ́yìn bá ṣe máa jèrè ẹ̀, ìtẹ́yìn bá ṣẹlẹ̀ máa jèrè, but a lè jèrè kankan nínú nàìjíríà o, ẹni bá fẹ́ jèrè nínú nàìjíríà rọ́ ló ń pa. nàìjíríà kì í ṣèlú ọlọ́run. ẹni bá ń sọ pé ọlọ́run jẹ́ kóun jèrè nàìjíríà ìyẹn táwọn bàbá wa kan máa sọ títí nìyẹn. ẹjẹ bá mú òkè mo ti rí ìyẹn táwọn bàbá wa kan máa sọ ní ọlọ́run. ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin tèmi, mo ní mo gbọ́dọ̀ má jáde sáwọn tèmi lálẹ́ bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ká kọ̀ ṣe few hours tó bá tẹ̀ ní pẹ́. ṣé ẹ miss mi púpọ̀? mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí níbikíbi tí a bá wà. mo kí gbogbo nǹkan ń pè nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ọ̀yọ́ state lẹ́yìn wà l'Ógbómọ̀ṣọ́. báwo ni wẹ́dà lọ́dọ̀ yín lọ́hùn? ṣé ojú ọ̀rọ̀ òrùn kan á ti wọ̀ báyìí, kò kàn ní síná ni. ẹ máa tan lantern lolúkálukú máa tàn. kákọ́ bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ briefly náà ni, kò sí much. ẹ̀wọ̀n kí tí bá ti fẹ́ serious báyìí púpọ̀ ni máa ń ṣe oríṣiríṣi ẹ̀fẹ̀ báyìí. àwọn kan nígbà láti wá dẹlẹ́fẹ̀. wọ́n ní all works and no play make Jack a dull boy. kò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ní kíní, ìgbà ní àṣẹ ẹ̀fẹ̀ díẹ̀. at least mo ṣáàṣì jáde, wọn ní mo jáde léni. ẹ̀dọ́ wá dẹ̀ ni mo jáde léni láti Dubai. ẹ̀ tí ì sùn ni, kí ló dé tẹ̀ tí ì sùn ẹ̀yin ará Dubai? ibẹ̀ ló ń kó gbogbo owó wa o. Dubai ọ̀dọ̀ yín ló ń kó gbogbo owó tó bá ti jí ní gbogbo Áfíríkà. ẹ̀yin ará Dubai lẹ̀ ń gba owó yẹn. ẹ̀yin ará Dubai ẹ̀yin lẹ̀ ń gba gbogbo owó yẹn. wàláì gbogbo owó pátápátá tó bá ti jí ní gbogbo African country, àwọn Dubai ló ń gba owó yẹn. kí ló dé tó yẹ pé ẹ̀yin ará Dubai nìkan lẹ̀ ń gba owó yẹn? ẹ̀yin ará Dubai, mo kí gbogbo ọlẹ́ nǹkan sí o, àkókò ní ṣe lásán. ó dà bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí ni, but a máa délẹ̀ lérí. Australia, another planet lẹ́yìn wà yẹn. my wish láti dé ìlú yẹn, Australia. I would love to get to Australia, but kò lè jẹ́ kò sí nítorí Elédùmarè ò lè ṣe. ó lè jẹ́ ní ọdún yìí náà, ó lè jẹ́ next year. Australia is a very beautiful place. ibi táyé ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn, Australia. ibẹ̀ láyé ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. ẹ̀ka lẹ́yìn tiwa lórí YouTube. lọ́nà pé gbogbo platform wa ti wà set nísìn. kákọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ briefly ni. mo ti lo too much strength lénìí. mo ti pẹ́ jù lórí phone. and kò tí a bá wà lórí phone tó ń communicate. I've spent too much time on the phone. so pẹ̀lú mo follow tó ń lọ ní Sudan. èèyàn mélòó ló ń follow tó ń lọ ní Sudan? ṣé náà ẹ̀ bright tàbí kí n tan àwọn side lamp wa ká tan lantern sí? ìwò làwọn ilé ìkẹ́ náà ṣe yìí. so mo kí gbogbo ilé nǹkan sí. ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. my name is Ọlákúnlé. ta ló ń follow tó ń lọ ní Sudan? eruku ń yọ pátápátá ní Sudan lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí lọ́hùn. ọmọ tó ní ìyá òun ní sùn, àwọn náà ní fojú kanrùn. The world continue to neglect a lot of things and is fighting back. ìjà tó ń lọ ní Sudan yẹn ó ti kọjá bẹ ṣe ń rò. ẹni tó bá yé ẹni tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní Sudan, gbélé sórí kìíní mà ní kí o ṣe wá ń ṣe jágbàjàgbà báyìí. ṣé torí kìíní tó wà lábẹ́ ló ṣe ń ṣe yẹn? ìjà ń lọ gidi ní Sudan. big fight ó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní Sudan. mo ṣeré o. ìjà ń lọ ní Sudan. ẹni bá yé ló yé o. so There's a big fight going on in Sudan as we speak right now. Àdẹ̀sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa pé à ń sọ fún wọn tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ká jà ní Nàìjíríà ó bẹ́tà ká wá sí peace table o. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa ń sọ pé Kóìkì òrogun rí ogun níbẹ̀ ni èyí tó ń lọ ní Sudan yẹn náà rẹ̀ náà ni o. Gbogbo flight pátápátá ló ti divert báyìí o, mo ṣeré o. There's a current situation going on in Sudan. It's very, very extremely hot. Sudan ń gbóná gidi báyìí, extremely hot gidi gan sef. So ẹni kan ló mọ̀. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ṣẹ́gun ọ̀nà ẹ̀kalẹ̀. Press release ń jáde rẹpẹtẹ. Tó bá dọ̀la ṣe proper program. Alẹ́ ìyá kan ń ṣe àwa náà ṣe debrief ni. Ṣé Nigerian government ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń find out gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà tó ẹ̀gbọ́n wa kan dẹ̀ wà ní side ibẹ̀ tó máa ń pèsè orí program nígbà kan. Gbogbo airport ti shut down. Ẹ̀kalẹ̀ Don mo rò pé Don Jazzy ló join mi mo pé ní Kóìkì ti ṣoríire lálẹ́ but mo wá rí pé Don Aziz ni ẹ̀kalẹ̀ sà. Ọ̀hákà Aide Yusuf Zaki kò ń ṣe ayé Zaki o. Àwọn yẹn máa ń jà lórí comment section fún mi. Ọ̀la ni wọ́n máa release mi. Facebook máa release mi lọ́la tomorrow. I'll be able to comment tomorrow. Sometimes I want to reply your comment but I can't. You know. Kí lẹ́yìn àwọn èèyàn rí sí in tó ń lọ ní Sudan? You know. Kí lẹ rí tó ń lọ sí ní Sudan? Mo kí ìyàwó mo dúpẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ máa follow comment láti bí ibà. You know, we're live on all our platforms apart from kódà phone méjèèjì mo ti tàn látàárọ̀. Phone mi látàárọ̀ báyìí mo tàn phone yẹn. Àwọn èèyàn ti pè mí. A ti pè lórí ẹ̀. It's been a very busy day. Àwọn èèyàn máa ní kí la wá ń ṣe tá a bá busy. Like family man ni mí. So always a busy day for us. Mo kí ìyàwó Olúwafúnkẹ́ Ògúnbíyì. Mo rí mọ́ sí mi lálẹ́. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Fatai Ògúnmẹ́fun ẹ̀kalẹ̀. Nípa tó ń lọ ní Sudan ni but a wà lórí live transmission bí a ṣe máa ń ṣe program tí gbogbo ẹ̀ máa tó máa set. I want to read some of your comments and your reaction. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n tàn studio line ni. What are your own reaction to the current situation in Sudan? Then tomorrow we will have a full scale. We can show you videos and all that. But there's a lot going on as we speak right now. Malaysia shall release press statement. Àwọn ò release press statement ṣeré ni o. Ẹni kan ló mọ̀. Ìyẹn la ṣe sọ fún federal government pé a fẹ́ jagun o, a níta lè fi jagun o. Ìyẹn la ṣe sọ fún èèyàn wa pé protest nìkan la lè ṣe o. Tá bá ti ṣe protest ò kì í ṣe war o. Ẹ̀tọ́ wa nìyẹn o. Tá bá ń jáde tá ń ṣe protest, you know, is allowed. We don't have what it takes to fight the federal government. You can't. It's impossible. You can't fight the federal government. Mr. Michael, look at your face on Facebook. Kí ló ṣe face me. So, line yẹn open up. But let's read some of your comments as well. Àwọn plane mélòó kan ti fara gbá o. Plane ní Saudi Arabia ti fara gbá. Plane àwọn Dubai ti fara gbá. I'm talking about the current situation in Sudan. So, and that's why we're saying to the federal government, don't allow the push that will lead to another civil war in Nigeria. We don't need a civil war in Nigeria. Nigeria can break up without anybody firing any weapon. But níbi tí conflict bá wà tí federal government sọ pé can get out. Anything can happen ni o. Bí mo ṣe wá go here, I'm not feeling comfortable. I normally like to wear my watch because our journalists keep looking at the time, even though I have time here around me. So that's how it is. So what is your take? For those of you that have, I mean, after posting a lot, people are still asking me what is going on in Sudan. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, With the amount of information I've posted out today, more we CNN can't post it. And then somebody is still asking me what is going on. Unbelievable with our people. Unbelievable. I mean, I've been doing the posting myself. I mean, some of them are just copy and paste, some of them are just edit a little bit. If Nnamdi Kanu is not released unconditionally, something more than Sudan conflict will trigger in Nigeria. That's coming from Ola Kunle. Silver Gold, Mokin Grammar, Leajayi. Yawalua Funke. I'm reading the comments. So these are, I mean, we're talking about the current situation in Sudan. So I've got the line open if you want to add one or two things to that. So we're just talking on that. She says, if care is not taken, Nigeria's situation might be like Sudan, but we are praying against it. I'm praying against it as well, but the chances are very, very slim. Very, very slim. If the situation continues. Yami Mojisola, excuse me. Did you purposely put on the clown stuff on your face on Facebook? Ṣé like eléyìí ni? Ṣé kí n change ẹ̀ sí mi ni? Ṣé like crown face yẹn? Ṣé fẹ́ nǹkan mi ni? Oríṣiríṣi ló wà. A lè lo anyone. Ṣé lè dá? Ṣé like eléyìí tí mo ṣe ń lò yìí? Àbẹ́ like eléyìí. There's the different ones. So we're not using a full broadcast. Ilé tí wàá ní mo ní mustache. Mo lè ti fa mustache mi tí wàá ní mo ní mustache. Oh, ẹ like yẹn. Okay, tẹ́ bá ti sọ pé ẹ like ẹ jáde padà sí yẹn gbà yẹn. Ẹ̀yin nìkan lẹ ní àǹfààní láti sọ fún mi pé kí n yọ lálẹ́ yìí. Ìgbà tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ pé like mo tẹ̀ wá dá mọ̀ ṣá. Èyí tí mo lò yẹn ṣá. Ó dà pé òun lélẹ̀. Ṣé òun lélẹ̀ ṣá? Ó dà pé bí star lélẹ̀ yìí o. Mo dá mọ̀ mọ́. Mo máa dá mọ̀ mọ́ grandma. I lie. The situation in Sudan is extreme. Okay, Lele. Prince Ademola Heritage. Only we love it. Thank you. Àyíká wà lórí YouTube ẹ̀ lè mọ́ tó ń lọ lórí Facebook. Orí Facebook lẹ́tí máa rí àrà tí mò ń dá. Mr. Koiki, give us update around Onitiri. I am asking respectfully. Update about Onitiri. Baba Akintoye have told us she has done the damage she can do, and that's the worst she can do. The only thing she's doing right now, she's just trying to continue to portray the situation of what we can call deceit. Deceit. I'm going to give an exposition of her this coming week. One more. Matuyo consider for him. I was very close, at least to some extent. She requested some things from me. I won't go into all the details now because but because Ebere, respectfully, she asked me for something that I gave her. And I'll bring that evidence on my email and the WhatsApp chat, if possible. And she never told me what she wanted to do with it. I won't say more than that. I'm talking about Mrs. Moduk Bonitiri. When the good was good, and we all thought we were all doing the same thing, there was something she asked. Even at some points, he reminded me, me discuss. And I did give it to her. So, and if my wife gives the all clear, I'll reveal that next week. tíyàwó mi bá ti fún mi ní all clear. Èmi ò ń ṣe ọmọ Arábù tó náà ń fi Mohammed fi gbogbo ilé kankan yẹn o. A lot of people have been talking about that. So that is about her for now. But Mrs. Onitiri she's done the damage she can do, but we will rectify it by telling those that are still with her. That exposition might come out this week. And make sure you follow me with Cafe Mui. There was something I gave her. And bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ títí di wákàtí what is on tí ó fi ṣe fún mi. I'm talking about me personally. So tó bá gbà lọ́wọ́ èmi, ṣé wọ́n gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó kù? Mo sọ fún yín pé mi lọ bẹ̀rù jù. Gbogbo ìtàwọn mídíà wọn sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn dá kankan mọ̀. Mo kí grandma First Bank. So kókò máa ró lọ́kàn yín pé Mrs. Onitiri gbà nǹkan kan lọ́wọ́ Koikimedia. Àfi tó bá ṣe ọ́díò jáde kémi tó sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹni tó gbọ́dọ̀ jáde lẹ́tú jẹ́ ká lọ sọ́nà bẹ́yẹn. So ẹ ṣé gan ni Yàrá Caroline. So she has done. Ẹ má worry nípa we are talking anyhow against her now. Ẹ má worry nípa yẹn. It's better we do that now because ẹni tó ń parọ́ fún yàn ó dàbí Nàìjíríà náà ni. The reason why we are finding it difficult láti convince àwọn tó wà nílé lálẹ́ yìí bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ní aago 11 fi lọ lù. Ẹ má bínú ẹni tó pè tán lẹ́ǹkan yẹn sorry mo sorry gan. Ẹ jẹ́ n pè yín padà. Èmi náà mo ní káwọn èèyàn pè wọlé. Òun ni pé wọ́n ti parọ́ fáwọn èèyàn wa. So bí Koiki ṣe ń sọ pé Yorùbá nation ni the best option tí gbogbo mídíà tó jẹ́ 40 sọ the same thing. Mo rẹ̀ dúpẹ́ fún àwọn mídíà wa tó lọ sọ́dọ̀ bàbá Akíntóyè lálẹ́ àbí ní ẹ̀ní àti bàbá wa Ìgbòho. Gbogbo náà lẹ ti rí fídíò yẹn. Mo ń bọ̀ Mr. Adam. So what we need to now understand with her is she has done what she can do, but tó bá release audio kémi tó ṣe exposition yẹn ó tún máa jẹ́ kó dání. But in tó gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀mí Ọláyọmí Koiki kò sọ́n tó fẹ́ fi ṣe fún mi. Mo dẹ̀ hand over fún wọn. I won't say more than that. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní tó bá máa parọ́ mọ́yàn ẹ̀yin Yorùbá náà lẹ máa ń ní ó gbọ́dọ̀ ní ẹ̀rí. Ẹ̀rí dẹ̀ wà because email ní parọ́, that's number one. Because email máa sọ time, ó máa sọ date, ó máa sọ seconds, ó máa sọ bí pé iṣẹ́ nìyẹn wà ó deliver ìyẹn lákọ̀ọ́kọ́. Communication ẹ̀ máa ti wọn kódà tí fóònù mi bá wà deleted ó wà in archive because mo ti back up gbogbo conversation ẹ̀ máa ti Onitiri till date. Mo dẹ̀ mọ́jọ́ tí màá tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ gbẹ̀yìn last. So I won't say more than that. Ẹ má ẹ̀ka dẹ́yìn tó ń pè dúró. Well, ẹni sùúrù Mr. Adam ara lé nìwọ ẹni sùúrù ara lé ní Mr. Mr. Michael ni I gave up on Yoruba nation, the strategy is not right. Kò ń ṣe dandan. Ẹ̀yin náà lè ní strategy tí kẹgbẹ́ jáde, but not the kind of strategy tí Onitiri. It's a movement. Ẹni tó bá sún á jáde á tún padà wọlé òun lọ̀rọ̀ Yoruba nation. So it's a good thing ẹni pé kí n tún ka comment ẹ̀ jáde kó lè get fún gbogbo yàn. Ìkan náà mo rí pé mo ti rí tó jọ mẹ́ta náà lórí program. I gave up on Yoruba nation, the strategy is not right. We are not going to talk ourselves into the Dual Republic. Tó bá di ti stage Sudan, strategy yẹn máa right. Ẹ má worry ara yín. Strategy tó ń lò ní Sudan ní sí gbogbo àgbáyé ló ń dá sí. So ọ̀rọ̀ Sudan la fẹ́ sọ, but wọ́n kọ̀ tún dá ìbátan ọ̀rọ̀ sọ́dọ̀ ìyá Onitiri. Ẹgbẹ́ òsókè Mr. Adam.
Ṣé rí wọ́n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Sudan lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tàwa yìí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tàwa yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ wọ́n ti prevent gbogbo nínú ìpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa tó sì wà tí Ọlọ́run fún yín ní ọpọlọ. Ẹ rí nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ sọ tẹ́ prevent wa gbogbo kìíní yìí kó má ṣẹlẹ̀. Táwọn kéde ṣì wà tó jẹ́ olórí burúkú èèyàn. Ukraine àti Russia ń jà lọ́wọ́ kò tí ì parí. Ṣùgbọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ tiẹ̀. Kò lè yà mí lẹ́nu the next 2 months lẹ́ni tí bá kún Nàìjíríà. Ẹ má yẹ kó yà yín lẹ́nu. Torí wọ́n ti prevent ọ̀rọ̀ yìí fún wa. Because mi understand mi mọ̀. Ṣé nígbà tí kò tí ì kan ẹnìkan nínú yín kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí wọ́n pa láti ẹ̀kọ́ tí ẹ̀kẹ́ ṣe fún ẹ̀yìn? Ẹ wo ọdún tá a ti wà, ìgbà ọdún tá a ti lò láti ọdún tí ẹ̀ka ọdún ti pàṣẹ ìwọ. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Ẹ wọ́n sà, ẹjọ́ mi mọ̀ bóyá ó nílò ọ̀gbọ́n àwọn mídíà kọ̀ọ̀kan tó kàn wà lórí platform tó lè tí wọ́n lè fi wọ́n ti lè báǹtì wọn. Ṣé àwọn mi ti sùnmọ́dún kan ní tìrì àtàwọn kàbá ẹ̀ tàbá dìde sọ̀rọ̀ wọn àwọn pípọ̀ yìí they are not ready to stop.
Ẹ ṣáré gbogbo tìyọ ní tìrì yẹn tàbá tí ẹ kéré nínú kan, but it's important that we continue to talk about her. We are dealing with a bigger problem than the only theory.
But these people, they are just confusing us. They are just confusing everybody.
No. I need to hear it theory again. I bet you already said after the mass already. So
I don't know. This thing is very close. What you want is close. No, and nobody knows where it's going to cross.
Okay. Amadele le ma ore bope boya e ka fe lomi lai e se gan ni mo ki ejare must be e ku rin ajo tele Ọlọ́run ma ba n fi ṣoṣo mo ki Lady K mo ki baba Ekiti I hope gbogbo wọn ti fẹ́ délé. I was impressed or discuss it with anybody. I mean, I wasn't aware that they were going down there. So sometimes it's good like that. Beshirora pamo yen that they did it was very, very good. Ó fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwa tá wà níta lift spirit wa leni. Mo bí ẹ ṣe lift spirit wa tó. Sometimes we need people to lift our spirit, and you actually did so, you know, today. Every one of you. Kódà inú mi dùn tí mo tún rí bàbá wa Wòlíì Abíọ́dún. Ẹ káàbọ̀ Bishop.
Yeah, ẹ kú iṣẹ́ Koiki.
Èmi ni ẹ.
So excited aṣẹ̀dé ni láti bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Okay, ẹ̀yin náà rìnrìn àjò yẹn pẹ̀lú wọn. Ẹ káàbọ̀. Please, eze yìí náà tọ́ wá pẹ̀lú. Okay, very good. Very good.
So gbogbo lọ sáyìn gbogbo àwọn dọ́kúmẹ̀ntì wa. Okay, so it can now go on air. Ẹ máa máa lágbá ti wá ń sìn. We can also káwọn èèyàn lọ open. Àwọn different companies náà ti ń dìde. So it's not only our company that will be trading Yoruba now. About 6 different Yoruba online bank ló ti wà now. So àwọn èèyàn máa open àwọn Yoruba cash wọ́n wà, àwa náà á rí ìyá wa, àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. So a máa trade, àwọn èèyàn máa open account because we want to save economy of our people on the blockchain. Nítorí tó bá rúgbó, kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ lọ bá ní Central Bank Nàìjíríà kò fẹ́ gba náírà mọ́ o. Àwọn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ní Ukraine nísìnyí, kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ lọ sí Ukraine lọ kọlẹ̀kùn wájú báńkì kankan gbowó Ukraine o. Owó tí bọ́ǹbù tó ti run dànù. So àwọn tó wọ́n wà lórí blockchain tó ti wà ní orí crypto orí international market ibikíbi tó bá wà lè gbà padà. So Ọlọ́run ti ràn wá lọ́wọ́, we've done a wonderful job. So people can now trade Yoruba now. So a máa kó àwọn èèyàn kan ṣe máa open. Ó ń gba crypto, ó ń gba direct account náà from P2P. A máa kọ́ wọn, a lè máa trade. Then ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ pé artist iṣu òun tactics kan right bí nǹkan.
Wọ́n ní strategy.
Strategy, ó mi statement ni. The strategy itself, òun gangan ni Yoruba nation. So language to your so I'm saying so that Ali Magbo, so you can stop that. You should stop Shibe. Ali Magbo, you should stop saying that. Nobody rare,
Oh yeah.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle. Nobody you join again. So be struggle, Jésù náà sọ ó ní pé àwọn ẹni ìṣíwájú wọn yóò dẹni ẹ̀yìn. Àwọn ẹni ẹ̀yìn wọn yóò dẹni ìṣíwájú. He is talking about what will happen during struggle. So mistake that is ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ ó bá ń pariwo 2022 ọ̀rọ̀ náà wọ́n ń dájọ́ sí sovereignty wọ́n ń dájọ́ sí. Bàbá sì sọ lẹ́nìí wọ́n sì ṣàlàyé pẹ̀lú láti ẹ̀yẹn ó possible o. The possibility was 90%. Tí o bá ṣe nǹkan tí woman ẹ lọ ṣe yẹn tó ba ìrìn àjò yẹn jẹ́. But people are myopic. They don't know that pé nǹkan tó ṣe yẹn is a strategy on his own tó ba ìrìn àjò yẹn jẹ́. But they don't know that. So ó sún ìrìn àjò yẹn síwájú ni. But we thank God wípé bàbá was so intelligent and so diplomatic to ṣa gbogbo àwọn nǹkan together back. So people should stop worrying about mentioning her name. I don't want to mention her name from my mouth again. She doesn't deserve such a gbogbo ẹni tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé gan ti padà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ pé àwọn ò mọ̀ pé wèrè làwọn ń tẹ̀lé. So people are now realizing the fact. So you don't need to use your platform to give up popularity.
Yes, it's not necessary.
You don't need to use your platform to give up popularity. Many other things. So then àwọn BTS pọ̀. Bàbá gọ́mọ̀ àwọn BTS ṣì wà.
Oh yeah.
So people are now watchful. Be careful.
All right.
So I did the Pharaoh Kobayaku.
We'll be here for them. We'll be here for them. We'll be here for them.
Reason is because kani gbogbo wa ẹnu wa kọkù à ń ṣe nǹkan kan náà. That is danger.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
That is danger. But to show wípé Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú wa. Ó yọ ipò yẹn kúrò nínú àlìkámọ̀. Àwa ń wúra wa separately báyìí. Àwa dára wa mọ̀.
Oh yes.
That's it. Yẹn tún Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú wa.
Yes. Oh yes.
So that's it. Even Chirigbo was very happy.
Oh yes, I can imagine.
So ó wá mọ àwọn ọ̀tá, ó mọ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́.
Yeah.
And all that, So we thank God.
Bishop. All right,
So
I'll communicate.
Later.
Definitely, sir.
Definitely. God bless you.
Thank you. Good evening to those of you that have just joined us. It's going to be in our language and English as we move into the program. Moki, all the Koikimedia team, you don't know the kind of work they are putting in behind the scene. I was sitting for 3 hours straight updating about what is happening in Sudan. I don't pray to bring those kind of updates in the near future with Nigeria. But the chances of that will mean that the federal government would have to discuss with those that are agitating. Agitating is not a crime. Once again, I say shout out to our Biafra brothers and sisters. If anyone disagree with you, always remember that me personally, I don't have any problem with you. You're not going to take our land. There's no doubt you will take it. Even if you have that intention to take it, I can assure you that. But I know you are not going to take our land. But I understand our people are very, very concerned. Probably maybe due to some of the histories behind us. But I always try to remind them that the reason why we are all in that situation is because of the British putting us together. The Sudan also have history, and the history is being played out as we speak right now. So, in as much as it will be nice for us to continue the push, which it is still ongoing, and that would literally tell the federal government that we are all serious. Muki, you have a Queen Momo. I always laugh when I read your comments on the Facebook. From tomorrow, I'll be able to reply some of you when the Facebook remove the jail that they put us in. So with the Biafras, they are divided as well, but a lot of our people don't know that. But we know because there are some of them, Beshimama divided. Let me give you for our Yoruba. Tabamama were divided between the Biafra. The doors, they call them the doors. They are the one that normally use in the Kano picture with green. So when you see them, you will know that these ones are not the autopilot of Simon Epa. They'll normally use, some of them are a little bit, they are balanced. But majority of them have been told to use the picture of Nnamdi Kanu with the green background. Those ones you know automatically are not the autopilot. But notwithstanding, the evil contraction, like Prince Eze said there, will be destroyed. We've never, Nepal, we've never exposed any plan. In the tactics of my media, nobody can come out and say, Koiki, on the day like this, I noted that you said something that compromised this movement. No. You might likely want to push it, babe, the way I speak. I'm not speaking for, when I come and speak as a spokesperson of Igboho, I know how I will control that narrative because I'm speaking on behalf of Igboho. But when I don't speak on behalf of Igboho, I'm speaking as an individual of my organization, which has nothing to do with Igboho. But people are always saying, because I'm the spokesman of Igboho, I should not speak like that. If it has a clash in here. I say that there will be war in Nigeria. I don't expect Igboho to come out and tell you there will be war. But Igboho is ready if there's going to be war. I know that. Because Akin Konjuni, everybody knows that. The caller that spoke, and you're more caller and told me, Bishop Adesina has been giving me message before I traveled to Nigeria. And Bishop Adesina came to meet me in Ibadan, spend the weekend of the Easter holiday. I think it was a Thursday he arrived. We were together for Good Friday, Saturday, Easter Sunday, and Monday. And he actually went back to Lagos. Baba confirmed JP came to see me in Isoka. Afatowani Mecca. They came to see me. Most of them came to see me, and from there they connected to Chief. So and you Mount Ambassador. But what I'm trying to say to our people is that the current situation happening in Sudan might trigger in Nigeria if the federal government is thinking, look, I saw the Sudanese fighter jet was making a own blow, on tank on the other opposition here. You can be fighting from the top, but the problem is the country is gone already again. And that's what people don't understand. We don't want to go through that route. It is still possible because the country might be in conflict. There might be a lot of problems, but we are not there yet. But if the federal government, like the one they buy from America, let them use it to bomb down, it will not solve the problem anymore. United Nations is talking now. I think tomorrow they might have a Security Council. Do you know that the American ambassador arrived in Khartoum? He woke up with a bomb on his head. I mean, not on his own head, but the sound of bomb. In 3 hours, I've read a lot in terms of what is happening on the ground in Sudan. And if I have come out every day and tell people that, well, I mean, everybody can say that. I mean, it's easy for people to say, we have foreign strategy. Benin Republic, support Onisale. Dr. Okebiorun has traveled to Benin Republic more than 7 times. I believe he's back in London now. Those are people that wants to know what is happening on the ground. It's easy to say, strategy back. No, everybody has a role to play. And I believe Okebiorun traveling to Benin Republic was part of something that wanted to be seen on the ground. Just as I traveled to Nigeria, most of anybody, because I wanted to move I wanted to see what is happening on the ground. So those of you that are always coming with this Otisua, it's because you are not prepared fully for what is about to start. Echo join láàrin méjì àbí pé in terms of you okay now makes sense. But our you are beefed up, you mean you are prepared for. That's why I'm losing hair, I'm becoming white. You know, my wife pleaded with me just to take it off today. I almost leave it. Some don't even like me when I'm like that. Because I'm beefed up, prepared for it. I'm prepared for even the worst case that can happen, which is death. But a lot of you are not prepared for it. So that's why you get, because you are not prepared for it. Ẹ kò gbádùn pé Yorùbá nation wà ní pé ọmọ tó ń lọ yìí ó make sense gan. Ó ti sú wa, but prepare fún. Ẹ kàn gbádùn bí Koiki ṣe wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ni, but inside you prepare fún. Pé òkè tó bá lọ báyìí, tó bá lọ báyìí, tí kinní bá lọ báyìí, tó bá pa ẹni báyìí, tí nìkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí, you know, wọ́n pa Dògán sínú lẹ́yìn bàbá ni, wọ́n pa Dògán náà. Ẹ̀yin mọ bá Dògán ṣe jẹ́ ni. For 6 months, I was with Chief. I know the relationship between Chief and Adogon. Ṣé ẹ̀yin mọ pain tí Chief ṣì ń face wọ́n pa Adogon? Ẹ̀yin ò lè mọ̀ náà. It's fine, can jókòó sórí social media, can comment, can any strategy, to send email, it's very, very easy. Udoka Okoro, good evening. That is easy to. That is the most easiest thing to do. Ẹ̀yin mọ relationship Adogon àti Olóyè. Ta ló ń bá Olóyè pa pain yẹn, ta ló ń bá pa mọ́ra. Àwọn ló ń bá feel hole yẹn. Eunice, good evening to you. So it's very easy for everybody to say we have strategy. Yeah, some of you even thought, we are not going to get to where we are today. Some of you, yes, the bad eggs, and we might still have some of them, the bad eggs, at least within some of the medias, we have not been able, are they not the same people that were criticizing me? Some of them. Oh, hey, I don't have to give them platform on my own name, because they are relevant to me. I saw every one of them when I went on the ground. Mo máa wọn tó lóyà sí Chief, mo máa wọn tó lóyà sí, but bàbá yẹn ní brain, òun fúnra rẹ̀ ní brain. Bí àṣà mọ́mí mi kan tó pẹ́ ní ẹ̀ sọ pé Chief ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ lè pa Chief bẹ̀ ṣe pa Bọ́lá Ìgè. You won't be able to kill him just as you killed Dele Giwa. Will you be able to kill him? You will not be able to kill Chief Sunday Igboho just as you killed Funmilayo Ransome Kuti. Chinedu Biafra, good evening to you. Some of you thought, the movement is just like a joke. There are plenty of unemployed youth in Yoruba land. It is easy to recruit them. It's easy to recruit them, but when we are raising money, some of you are, what are you raising? The Biafra are still raising money as I speak to you tonight. I believe they are doing fundraising. Am I right, Biafra, that are with me tonight? Have they finished the fundraising? It becomes Ashiri, it becomes Ape. Because some of you don't know what we are into already. And then you now want to compare us with the Biafra. Oh, yes, we have a lot of youth. We have a lot of Yoruba people that are ready to kick in and fight along with it. But some of them as well, we realize that, they are just there and there. So, Moki Baba Adeyemi Olanrewaju, Baba Pastor, so Emily Awa, because like that's what I said. For now, we have a relationship with all the media as I speak to them, but I'm not doing any partnership with anybody because in terms of some of it, eventually some of you wanted to speak to some of those criminals that left the movement that we saw already. You bypass our no. You bypass me and then you go to them. I'm not mentioning their name because they're relevant to me. A lot of you bypass me bí a Koiki bí a ta ti ń ra walkie talkie yẹn fún bí a ká kúkú má lọ through Koiki ká lọ through ìyẹn kan again. Movement là ń pè. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, movement is not easy, but God is in control. God was in control. Ẹ̀yin mo tún sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ẹ̀yin mọ pain tí Ìgbòho feel for Adogan tó pa. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ ẹ̀yin ṣe máa Adogan ni. Èmi ò máa Adogan, but for the 6 months I spent with Chief, I know how important that person is. And the federal government came to his house, butchered him, killed him, took the body away. Ẹ̀wọ̀n Ọlọ́run was in control. And then you expect me not to give him my own loyalty. I mean, Koiki, you can't give Igboho your own loyalty. You must give Yoruba Nation your loyalty. What is Yoruba Nation if Igboho is not there? Ọlọ́run fúnra rẹ̀ ló gbé Igboho fún wa, because Igboho could have decided not to be part of. Okay, Baba wa Igba Gani Adams ní sí mélòó ló ń ṣe nínú ọ̀rọ̀ Yoruba Nation, apart from pé àwọn team wọn tó jẹ́ àwọn Yoruba One Voice, they are making a lot of headways in their own little ways. But in terms of physically, we brought him into the program when we started the movement, and he told us clearly what he was going. Ìgbà tí pressure pọ̀ ní bàbá tó wá jáde láti wá tó wá dọ́gbọ́n bá wa fi ọgbọ́n àgbàlagbà. But Igboho came out fully. And today, Igboho is not sleeping in his house, in his mansion in Soka, is somewhere in Benin Republic, have to pay rent for where he's living, where he has a mansion, because of Yoruba people. And once of them, loyalty yẹn kò jẹ́ kó jẹ́ owó Ìgbòho ni máa gbé sí. So, we should appreciate the media that traveled to Benin Republic, because they also gave every one of us that hope that a lot of us were thinking is no longer there. Yeah, I mean, lọ́lé. Àwa tá wà níta lọ́lé. But those on the ground, ṣé mọ̀ pé ìrìn àjò láti Nigeria or Benin Republic, you could die along the line. Not because of anything, but because of too many wahala that a car can hit. Do you know how many people died in Nigeria today? There was accident today. Kukunka blog you want to go and read all this blog that is not interested. We also have our reporter now that have actually mandated one of our young Yoruba youth, Tomba Bishishe, and is giving report every day, nothing less than 10 articles. Some of you don't read it. So ìrìn àjò tó ń rìn láti Èkó lọ sí Benin yẹn, we could have lost somebody if care is not taken, because of the situation of things in Nigeria. Not to do with Yoruba Nation now. But wọ́n padà lọ sí base wọn, because Bishop have confirmed that he's back home. Èmi dẹ̀ mọ̀ bí tí Bishop wà. And I pray the other ones that are traveling, I'm going to look at Baba Ekiti. Those are long distance. So for them to go to Benin Republic today lifted a bit of our spirit up again. And we cannot pay them money for that. We can only say thank you for that. But one thing is, are we going to get to the situation of Sudan? I have said it I knew from day one that I think by Yoruba Nation, I'm a Jani. Okay, I want to no, I'm a Soka. Ọlọ́run máa ṣe. Okay, Ọlọ́run lè ṣe náà pé gbogbo internal crisis tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú Nigeria ó máa erupt, and it will be like Sudan. Because the situation in Sudan, like I say, we might do a proper program on this. I'm just, in and out. In and out. I was going to sleep. Ìyàwó mi ló ní, nah, ó ti sọ fún mi kó máa jáde. Kémi ni ìyàwó ẹ̀. Ó ti sọ fún mi kó máa jáde. Even if it's just for that's why we are in and out. We are not using the full broadcast tonight. Do you know how much they sell one AK-47? Jeremy, don't AK-47 whether it's brand new or new one. Do you know how much it takes to train the people that we are working? And people were trained, at least we train them to the vigilante, not head. At least I train them okay. Just to make sure we need vigilante full. On those days, we still have Fulani people that kidnap our people. But there's two, yes, Clement is telling me those are the betrayers of the struggle. I know that. The people that are calling themselves those are the ones that sold Nnamdi Kanu out to the Nigerian government plus Ilui. Bomb bastard, all these people that call themselves those. Bomb bastard. And that's why they continue to get very bitter. But they were not there when Nnamdi Kanu. I was the one that Nnamdi Kanu first spoke to through Simon Ekpa before we made that meeting. And only God just know that on Imari Beni. Talk about Nnamdi Kanu, maybe we'll be talking about different things today. You know, and there's still some other, you know, big guns there, the Tompolo. We know that, you know, that one that called himself Muslim and the wife is Christian, that Asari Dokubo, is in and out there. They all have their stakeholders in Nigeria. Tompolo doesn't want to lose what he's enjoying from the federal government. That's a fact, I'm telling you guys. Because if we have those kind of individuals that are also saying that we break up Nigeria, Nigeria would have gone almost 2 years ago. But they are not interested. Asari Dokubo has a lot of stake. He has a big, you know, business enterprise somewhere, I think in Benin Republic. They are making a lot of money, and the politicians are still promising them money if they do not get involved with Biafra or Yoruba Nation or Middle Belt struggle. That is part of the problem we have in the movement. I'm telling you that lẹ́yìn ìyàwó àtọmọ Ìgbòho tí bá pè lálẹ́ nísìn ó sì máa gbé kọlù mi tó bá sùn lọ gbẹ́rẹ́ tó bá kọ̀ jí tó rí miss call yẹn ó máa pè padà. That is the relationship we have. And every day I come out and tell you that Ìgbòho say no going back. But it's good that we also hear it from his mouth, you know, which also lifts the spirit. But I have been telling you from day one that but because it's part of the problem, some of you don't believe me. I traveled with him for 6 months. I don't have to give you all the details of where we're traveling up and down to. Sometimes, you know, I could see him is knackered in the car on our way back. Olówó mà ní Ìgbòho, olówó tó wá ń káàkiri bí torí pé Yorùbá nation, ẹ wá ń dọ̀tí ẹ̀. And you now expect me, you know, to not give him my loyalty. Mo sọ statement yẹn níjọ́ kan, àwọn màmá kan pé mi ní wọ́n má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. Màá kọ́ repeat it, but kò ṣe pé kíní, but statement àwọn tó bá rántí, mo ní máa gba bullet fún Ìgbòho. Àwọn kan pé wọ́n ní kí n má sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ mọ́. Púpọ̀ nu yín, èbí àwọn tẹ fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ náà gbogbo wọn láti disappoint anything. Èmi ò dé lọ́bi kankan. Mo ní Yorùbá nation, òun la máa ibẹ̀ la máa níbí ló máa kú sí, ta ló mọ Mario game, níbí ló máa kú sí, owó ló máa lọ fi ń gba ní Lagos Island, tó máa gba tẹ́tẹ́ lórí ẹ̀. Ìyàwó mi tẹ́ ń sọ fún mi nípa mo ń bọ̀ kọ́là, mo mọ̀ tá ń sound, ta ló mọ sound, àwọn ará Èkó gbogbo nǹkan ló máa fi ń gba tẹ́tẹ́. Ìyàwó mi màá ní ìjọ ọlọ́ bí ìwọ̀ tó máa bí mi ní sound, a máa ń dá para ẹ̀nà àti ìyàwó mi, a máa ń ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ bí ẹ̀gbọ́n àtàbúrò ni wa. Mo ní sound ló wá ń sọ fún mi bẹ́ẹ̀, mo ní mo mọ sound. Mo ní níbí la máa kú sí. But you only understand. That's why I come out and I give you the dimension and lift the spirit. Igboho sọ pé no going back in his head. Tí Igboho bá fẹ́ lọ àti lọ tipẹ́tipẹ́. Mo rántí gbà ká sọ̀rọ̀ sí kò ní bá sọ̀rọ̀ sí bàbá Ayọ̀ Gio. We were almost going to go and save kó tó di pọ́ mọ́ tó wá ṣaláìsí. Àbá bàbá yẹn sọ̀rọ̀. Bàbá yẹn dẹ́ni pé ká má wọrí. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò lè tó yẹn. Ẹ̀gbọ́n òsòkè ń tó ń pè. Gbàtẹ́ ẹ̀mọ̀ Ìgbòho ni ẹgbọ́n òsòkè tó ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Hello, Mr. Ọláyẹmí Kóyì.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Ẹ fi iṣẹ́ takuntakun brọ́dà.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ni.
Ẹ ní ṣòfò wọn ní fòpin ránṣẹ́ sílé tọmọtọmọ lágbára náà.
Ẹni tó bá tẹ̀ ń rò tí ẹ̀ lọ́ máa fi ránṣẹ́ sílé láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Àwa ti ń rò lọ́kàn báyìí tí lọ́ máa fi ránṣẹ́ sílé.
Àmì Olúwa. Ṣàmì wọn pé tẹ̀mù ẹ kú iṣẹ́ my brother. Ṣé rí Yorùbá nation tí ẹ gbé dání tí ó jẹ́ pé àwa ọmọ ọkọ Yorùbá mo lè sọ pé ọmọ ọkọ torí gbogbo akọ́lọ́ ọmọ ọkọ.
Ẹ jẹ́ bá ń bómi mọ́.
Tí a mọ ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀. Àwa ní ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lóye. Àwa tó dẹ̀ pọ̀ jù ní àwa tá a wà ní location 419.
nítorí pé mo rí nǹkan kan ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá ni mo fi mọ̀ pé yàtọ̀ sí pé tí ìlú yìí bá dá dúró tá a ṣe òfin tó jẹ́ pé òfin tó bá mẹ́lẹ́gún òun ló mẹ́lẹ́hà òfin tó bá mú Kọ́ìndé òun náà ló mú Táyé ló má làbá
ló máa mú Kóìkì náà
yàtọ̀
fẹ́.
sí ìyẹn nìkan òun nìkan nílùú yìí lè fi dáa ìran ọmọ Yorùbá la lè fi kú olóko ẹrú.
Lágbára Ọlọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀
mo rí nǹkan kan ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá ṣe rí ńgbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀lẹ́ṣọ̀tà yẹn ń bọ̀ lọ́nà sá.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
gbogbo èmi ni àwọn káyè tó máa ń mú àwọn ìyá tó ń ta oúnjẹ nínú stíríìtì yẹn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni sá.
àti àwọn lásìkò kan wà tó máa ń gbé tó máa ń lo àwọn tó ń fa tó fi ń tó àwọn èèyàn tó ń pa àwọn èèyàn lẹ́kún káàkiri gbòòrò. wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ ó kú bíi 1 month wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn.
ṣèbí ó kíní gan jáde náà kíní gan jáde tó sọ kí ló ń pè gọ́fúnà Sanwó-Olú yẹn ó ní kọ́ òkè báwọn yẹn tẹ̀ jáde tán apologize ni mo rí fídíò yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ò rí àwọn ti Lagos State wọ́n jáde náà tán bẹ gbogbo aráàlú pé kọ́ jọ kọ́ má bínú sáwọn wọ́n tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí mú mọ́tò nísìn àwọn lórí burúkú bọ́ǹbà.
wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ padà òun ni mo fi mọ̀ pé ìgbésí ayé àwa ọmọ Yorùbá kò kan àwọn olóṣèlú yìí àwọn òjèlú kò kàn wọ́n rárá. wọ́n ti sọ wá di bọ́ọ̀lù. nígbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ di election yẹn tó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo èèyàn bá dàbí tèmi ní ẹ̀sà wọn ò ní rí èèyàn kan báyìí jáde. ṣùgbọ́n mo rí pé wọ́n ti brainwash àwọn èèyàn wa bí ìgbà tẹ́ pé wọ́n ti kó ọpọlọ wọn kó wọ́n á kó blóńbló sí ọpọlọ orí wọn.
ìwọ̀nba la lè blame wọn kò ń ṣẹjọ́ wọn poverty ni.
nítorí tó bá jẹ́ pé ohun tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí ó yí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ni in fact ó yẹ ká rérò jù báyìí lọ inú mi ti ẹ̀dùn lé nípò láwọn tó lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ wa bàbá olóyè Sunday Igboho bàbá yẹn wọn ò ní sìnkú ẹ̀ lójijì torí èmi mọ̀ pé ó ti lórúkọ nílẹ̀ yìí tí orúkọ òdè lè parẹ́ mọ́ láéláé nítorí àwọn ará àgbègbè wọn sì mọ̀ pé wọn ò lè ṣépè fún Ìgbòho àdúrà náà wọn máa ṣe fún nítorí ó fúnyàn ní ọjọ́ méje ó ní òun ò gbọdọ̀ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ méje kó ó dẹ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀. ẹnu
ọjọ́ méje lèmi náà dé Nàìjíríà wàláì.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ náà là ń wò yìí gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lọ sí Èkìtì tẹ́ lọ débi wò yìí gbogbo ẹ̀ là ń wò yìí. so nítorí ìdílé yìí ọ̀nà àbáyọ kan ṣoṣo tó wà òun ni Yorùbá nation.
Kagera bẹ́ẹ̀ni Kagera ẹ ṣé gan-an. Thank you so much. I'm talking about this current situation of Sudan. Those situation has been there, just as the situation in Nigeria. We are hiding it. We are all living in denial. We don't want to come out and say the way it is meant to be said. Some of us are trying to be careful. We don't want to speak in a way that, especially some of us, so that the government will not come and pick us and attack us. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ ń dọ́gbọ́n ṣe níwọ̀nba tó lè ṣe. A lot of you have spent money, a lot of you have spent time. But just like Bishop said, if we wanted to have put a date around it, yes, it would have been done. But also, we are fighting a lot of people, whether spiritually, physically, and it has been a very, very tedious one. And there's no strategy. Even America, that has the big. I mean, I cannot talk too much about the leak file, but I've been reading it. I don't know whether some of you have been able to access it. And you can tell that America is projecting that the war in Russia and Ukraine, you can see, so there's a lot of things that you might say, oh, it does not matter. Ìjọ kan náà tá a bá gbé lọ náà nǹkan kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Koiki protect ilé Ìgbòho dáadáa ṣé ilé Ìgbòho wá jẹ́gẹ́ bí military base ni. His house is not a military base, it's a resident. So all these issues were all there. Hello caller, ẹ bá mi background o. Ẹ kálẹ́ sà.
Ẹ sà láti Ìlọrin ni wà sí ní sọ̀rọ̀.
Ẹ gbọ́n sókè bàbá wa.
Ẹ sà ẹ pètò.
Ètò náà nìyẹn.
Ṣé rí.
Mo kí ẹni sùúrù mo kí àtó bí mi lọ́mọ bá ti rí ìyá mi mo gbọ́dọ̀ kí dáadáa torí tó bá pé ó ti bí mi bọ́ ṣe ń jọ àwọn ọmọ nù nílọrin tó ti pè náà ní 2 weeks ago ọmọ òkòkò ọ̀jú náà ni. I'm sure some of you read the story. That's the band follow wa dáadáa. Ọmọ òkòkò around that. So mo kíyà. Ẹni kí ni ẹ nẹ́tíwọ̀kì yẹn lọ àgbọ̀ bí tẹ̀sán àǹjọ̀nú yẹn nìkan la gbọ́, èmi dẹ̀ máa ń fi gbọ́rọ̀ àǹjọ̀nú.
Àlìjẹ́nú lẹ́ni yẹn bá ṣiṣẹ́ ẹni.
Problem, infrastructure problem, network. Waris Jinodi mo kí Amílẹ̀ nǹkan sí káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Àti sọ̀rọ̀ kọjá darí lẹ́nu. A lè máa sọ̀rọ̀ lójoojúmọ́.
Hello sir.
Ẹgbọ́n sókè.
Hello.
À ń gbọ́ yín.
Lọ́kàlùkù mọ tí wọ́n ṣe mọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ ká pín àwọn èèyàn oògùn ni wọ́n ń lò fún àwọn ẹlòmíì. Fún àwọn èèyàn gbogbo orun tí wọ́n ń ṣe yẹn níṣẹ́ rí òun kálukú àwọn kálukú padà wá ká. Tọ́lọ́ ojú wa gbàdúrà wa dábì yóò fún wa dé
Inshallah.
Tá à ń lọ.
Inshallah.
Olóògùn Ọlọ́run pé gbogbo tí àwọn èèyàn ń sọ ẹnì báyọ̀ ni Yorùbá lè sọ padà já sí owó tí ẹ ti ń pariwo látọ̀dún lóyìí tí ó ń kálukú gbọ́ ojú kálukú wà láti pé àṣẹ tí wọ́n sọ ní àṣẹ torí ìyá tí a fẹ́ jẹ ní owó tí a lè ṣe yìí náà làwọn ènìyàn fi pariwo ẹ̀rí pé àwọn ọ̀ká ìtẹ̀sọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ẹ̀rí pé wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ wàhálà àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn tọ́lọ́ fi wá gbàdúrà wa nù pé wọ́n kálukú fi àárí gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ tó kúrò létí àwọn kálukú wa jìdí fẹ́tọ̀ rẹ̀ ẹni pé bí ọ̀ka báyìí mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn pé ẹ má wọ́ọ̀rì mo ti sọ sínú mẹ́sẹ̀gì nínú WhatsApp ń jọ̀dá pé ẹ má wọ́ọ̀rì ó kálukú ẹ̀ ní sọ bóyá àmọ́ tó kálukú jìdí fẹ́tọ̀ rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú òkú Ọlọ́run bí ó sì jẹ́ nù ẹ jẹ́ ká máa wò rẹ lọ.
Inshallah ẹ ṣe gan ni a kú Ramadan. Àwọn tó mọ̀ mí dáadáa, I'm not going to mention his name and I'm not going to mention the platform. I've just picked up one of àwọn tájọ wà ní phase 2 ní Adéníjàdélé. Mo ní sọ̀rọ̀ building ní fún yín, but we live opposite each other. Ọwọ́ mi báyìí. And I'm sure a lot of them have also got children, you know. Some of them have traveled out. Not everybody in Nigeria that is not okay. On new clean money gidi. Anipati wa kan every year. Ó ṣe lọ ní láìpẹ́ ni. Àti ìyàwó àtọmọ, I think about 3 children. Wọ́n ṣe wá sí London. Very, very intelligent guy. Even not to study in Sheffield. And there's so many of them like that. But every one of them agrees that Nigeria is not working. I'm sure that they might not really want to come out and say, just like, you know, my old school association. I left them in 2014. If it any OT prepare for Yoruba Nation, 2014, I went to secondary school. Mo yọra mi kúrò ní WhatsApp group. Mo yọra mi kúrò. Kò mí pé mo ní bá wọn ṣe. Àmì máa ń kí president wa ti bá site ìyẹn wà ní US. Edgar wa tájọ ṣe tán art class ló wà. Tí bá pè ní sí wọn gbé kọ́. Wọ́n ti bẹ̀ mí títí pé àwọn believe tí mo ń ṣe àwọn kan pé bò kí ṣáà Koiki yóò ló wá di báyìí gan sef. I left the group because at the end of the day, some of them are going to suffer it because I saw them when I go to Nigeria. I keep telling you, they look like people that are sick. Oh, for me concern each time I go to Nigeria. Later, we can forget it. They always look like people that are sick. So even though I can say that we are happy, but I'm not happy the way I'm seeing people that we went to school together. And some of them are very brilliant than me. But the situation, even if you have a business, the business will collapse. Nothing seems to be working. But I'm sure, you know, some of them now, especially on Tajawani phase 2, you know, they will understand what I'm saying. They know what I'm talking about. But we don't agree that everybody will accept us straight away. Koiki, why do you want Nigeria to break? Give us the reason. But the reason that Nigeria needs to break is because we're indigenous people. We are not Nigerians. If everybody can understand that, then it makes it easier to start with. How can we say that Ijebu Ode as far back as 1533? Monituri Junior mi kan náà nísìn. Ìyẹn náà gbóná gan. Mo ń bọ̀ yà wá ẹni sọ̀rọ̀. Junior wa yẹn náà gbóná gan. Ó dà pé UK lòun wà. Wọ́n fún mi lówó tẹ̀ tó jẹ́ mẹ́ta. Àtẹ̀gbúrò ẹ̀ kò fún mi lówó mọ́. Bí òun náà ti wà fẹ́ dọ̀. Egbò yìí kàn pariwo ni. But n tó máa fọ́ Nàìjíríà òun ló súnmọ́ wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan kan báyìí. Go and follow what is happening in Sudan. Wọ́n bí airline kankan dá tó náà lọ sí Sudan lálẹ́. Tí tó ń gbóná burúkú. Do we want to get to that stage before we come to reality? Do we expect that, the first bomb needs to be thrown before the airlines start diverting and say they're going to Ghana or Benin Republic? We don't need to get to that stage. Nigeria is not working, it's not working. Okay, Mumbo Yame, for me, another 1 minute. If we say that we want to stay in Nigeria, the Biafra say they don't want to stay in Nigeria. You don't like the Igbo people, let them go. We don't like them. You don't like them. I don't like them. Everybody don't like them. And they will never be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because they're not going to give you the opportunity. If 8 years is completed, no Igbo will come back again and say he wants to contest and he will be the president of Nigeria. Elogbon Konti Ngozi, the former finance minister, Elogbon Konto Solale. We don't like them. So let everybody go their separate ways before the next bomb will erupt in Nigeria. Then we'll do everybody awaja. I have told you from day one. Ogun ló máa parí ẹ̀. Àwọn kan dẹ́ni Koiki ogun ò ní parí ẹ̀. Okay, òun là ń bá lọ yìí. Ẹgbọ́n sókè yà wá. Ó tó jẹ́ mẹ́ta o. Ṣeun.
Mo send message sí yín.
Mo ti reply yín. Ẹ má ẹ̀ka tó go through yẹn. Ẹ má rẹ̀ mo ti reply yín.
Okay. All right. Number 2. Kíní kan ni mo wò ní àárọ̀ yìí. Ní kíní gbà tí bàbá wa Sunday Igboho Adéyẹmọ gbà tó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀. Mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ kò gbà tó ṣílé. Tí àwọn ọmọ fi give a speech. Wọ́n wá wo gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n wà níbẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ náà lọ. Mo jókòó mo ní ṣe bí ilé ayé ṣe rí ni. Gbogbo àwọn tọ́jọ́ ń tọwọ́ bọwọ́ tọ́jọ́ ń jẹun tọ́jọ́ ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn lọ́balọ́ba. Wọ́n wo ipò tí ẹni yẹn wà ó dẹ̀ gbé rẹ̀ sí low level pátápátá. Tí ò wo kankan rárá. Gbogbo àwọn ipò lọ́lọ́ ń wá àwọn ọlọ́ba, àwọn politician. Ifá ẹ̀rọ ọlọ́ọ̀gbà rẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ yin ọlọ́run látara wọn wípé wọ́n máa ń sọ pé kò sí ta mú wáyé, kò dẹ̀ sí ta máa mú lọ. Gbogbo kan tó filẹ̀ pé ilé kan lásán yóò lè gbé lọ wú wọn.
Igboho has not slept in his house now for ilé àgbàlá ètò kọ́ kò tí sùn náà ní sè for almost going to 2 years. Ilé àgbàlá tó kọ́ ó wà ń bẹ̀.
Ẹ wá wo gbogbo àwọn tó wá jọ jẹ kò wá sí kankan tó wá ronú. Mo wá wo gbogbo àwọn tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n máa lé ní 1,000 tí ò bá jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Kò wá sí pé bí 10 people àbí 20 people.
Because what people Yoruba nation is all about Igboho, so some people don't want to get involved. But it's about every one of us. Everybody will chop breakfast. It's just a matter of when we chop the breakfast.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ máa èèyàn márùn-ún lè ronú àbí èèyàn mẹ́wàá nínú gbogbo àwọn adúrú tó jọ wà ń bẹ̀ yìí.
Àwọn Yoruba elite don't want to do what Igboho is doing. They don't want to lose what they own. That's why people like Afe Babalola is not going to come out. Afe Babalola just donated 10 million pounds to King's College. When in his hometown, there's poverty smelling and stinking all over the place. But it's his money. But do we know how we make that money to get? Yeah, people can be brilliant, but they can also use them as well. All these are bomb bastard governor. I can bet my life 4 years that Papiodo is not going to complete that cargo airport. We'll be here to tell you that.
Bàbá ní bàbá Ìbàdàn bàbá wa tó kú níjọ́wọ́ bí ọba tó kú Olúbàdàn ọba Ìbàdàn tó kú. Tí wọ́n mọ̀ fún òun máa kú tó bá mọ̀ fún òun máa kú ṣé kò ní sọ pé òkè ẹ jẹ́ kí fi gbogbo owó ilé ìtàn tẹ̀lé rẹ̀ ní òun. Ṣé gbogbo ilé tó ń kọ́ àtọwọ́ tó ń kọ́ ṣé wọ́n tó tún lé méjì pọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà ni? Yàrá ẹgbẹ́ kan náà lọ́ máa gbogbo tí wọ́n ti lè lè tó.
Gbogbo wọn ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀rí tí wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà máa ti pín. That's why Baba Adebanjo is still talking about struggle continuing one Nigeria at 95 years old. Gbogbo wọn fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà àwa là ń sọ pé kí Nàìjíríà kó pín. Àwọn táwọn tẹ̀ ń sọ yẹn, they are not interested for Nigeria to break, especially for them. They believe that they've worked too hard. They've worked so hard. They've put their effort to get to Nigeria to where it is. Káwa máa sọ pé a fẹ́ break in Nigeria. And I know what Baba Adebanjo keep telling. Èmi sọ fún pé mo mọ tó bàbá yẹn sọ. Kò jẹ́ kí n record ni. Oní Koikimedia record o. So.
Anyway, gbàgbọ́ jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti decide pé ó pè àwọn káwọn kú sínú rọ́ káwọn lọ jẹ̀yà táwọn bá gbélé ayé ti káwọn sọ.
Àwọn youth ló máa ní sense. Tí youth bá ti ní sense, then we will do the needful. So àwọn youth ò tí ní sense now. 4.5 million Yoruba people are out of job. You are just waking up, sleeping, go to bed. The inflation is there. Is inflation. Gbogbo inflation tí mo ń sọ GDP ẹlòmíì bí díẹ̀ lọ́kàn understand it. Lówó lọ́pọ̀ báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ lówó lọ́wọ́? The countries, this money is going to become useless as we go into the inflation. and there's no growth. Gbogbo ẹ̀ láti ṣàlàyé fún yín, I explain fún yín lójoojúmọ́. Oní olówó lọ́pọ̀, báwo ló ṣe lówó lọ́wọ́?
A dúpẹ́ fún orí ọ̀fẹ́ tọ́lọ́ fún bàbá wa Adébánjọ àti bàbá wa Sunday Igboho àti bàbá. A dúpẹ́ fún orí ọ̀fẹ́ tọ́lọ́ fún wọn. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ túbọ̀ máa pẹ̀lú wọn.
Àmín, ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you so much. Màá bá yín sọ̀rọ̀, ìyá wa, thank you so much. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, everybody wants peace. Ẹ lọ gbọ́n kan tí Brazilian president sọ fún America. Let me see if I can play that video before we take the next call. Where's that video? I posted it earlier this evening. I'm going to play what he actually said. Brazil is a very, very powerful economy. Let's hear what he has to say. Nobody wants war. Everybody must work towards a peace. But we are talking about some African countries that they also have internal people that we can already confirm to you based on the evidence that during the U.S. Senate Committee or whatever, the African. Remember they said that General Dombozo or whatever in Guinea, Guinea now be Senegal. Let me go back to my file. Where America trained them, and then the next week or the week after, Guinea. Remember that video we played? 50,000 people have been trained by the American government. And out of those 50,000 in 2021, one of them overthrown the government in Guinea Republic. And I'm asking the question, is that the same thing that has happened in Nigeria? Have they also played the part using people like MK Abiola to fund the coup and destabilize the country, and everybody's gone into comatose? I was watching a guy on YouTube today. How many Yoruba is song down? But one is Leo something is called. I want to teach them any English or something like that. Labe Bridge. They are Yorubas. And Mokikiki. Because you can tell from their body. They're already sleeping with people anyway. You can tell. That is the generation that is going to come and kill you, that you are still saying you don't want Yoruba nation. Those are the people. Okay, I don't know what is the ethnic background of those that are working with Tiwa Savage, but we all knew that Tiwa Savage was almost going to be kidnapped. I don't want her to be kidnapped. She's a celebrity or whatever she is. So those are the people that will one day come for you. Even with your, like, you move with your escort, they will attack you because they see you as the crocodile that is going to bite the chicken. Young girls, I'm going to call you to page, but I can't play the video because it's not mine. I didn't cry, but I was just looking at it and saying, I'm gonna kick it. Just like, we can say they are just like our own daughters. But I know about one in Ule. You don't want to go on. You understand? At least you can tell that your daughter, after some stages, you can start seeing the reproduction in them. Imagine that your own daughter is now sleeping on the street somewhere in America, and some men there are chuking her. That is the generation that we are producing in that bastard country you call Nigeria. I didn't cry, but I was just looking at them. At least I want they are playing their part. But in the long run, middle. This, that. Not that we don't have people that can train them. How much does it cost to get those ones in the school, build a boarding house, put them there, feed them every day, rather than being on the street? But they want the society, the Western world want that as well. But these are the people that will come for you. Let's hear what Brazilian president had to say. I don't know his full name, but I'm sure you know him anyway. So what I'll do is, let me see if I can let's see if I can translate. All right, 1 minute. I'm gonna have to pull it out from my big laptop because even though I'm wearing my glasses, I'm still struggling to read. But I'm sure you've all seen it on the Instagram. You know, we're trying our best to post on all our platforms so that you're on video by. Sometimes we can't post it on YouTube because it doesn't belong to us. Let me see if I can just, but at least we can hear what there's a killer on the loose here in UK. A violent man who was escorted leave from a secured hospital managed to run away from his escort when they went into a shop and he remains on the run. Musa Jamel is 26. So, okay, let me open it from here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it. So I'm going to read exactly what he's saying. That way, I think China was a very important role. Then I'll play the video just for us to get the voice. I keep reiterating that China possibly has the most important role. Remember, it's in China. But let me take that back. But another important country is United States of America. US is very, very important country. It's not a country that you can just wash aside. But the relationship between US and Russia is gone sour. And begin to speak about peace. We want peace. We don't want problem. Muki Egbon in Manchester. Ebanki ọ̀rẹ́ mi oní búrẹ́dì. Lẹ́kan ọ̀rẹ́ mi oní búrẹ́dì. Ìjọ tó rí ni wọ́n ní Koiki yóò ló wá dà báyìí torí ọ̀nà. Ó yá jókòó bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ́ kí ló fẹ́ jẹ? Ǹjẹ́ kankan bọ̀ máa mú drink. Ó yá bá mú drink bẹ́ẹ̀. You know, we should drink, I will drink. Not alcohol. You know, èmi àtẹ̀gbọ́n mi tájọ wà ní Manchester jọ ta lọ èmi àti Heritage. Oníjọ́ ló wá dé báyìí Koiki. Mo ní ṣé tí Nàìjíríà bá dá ni ṣé tó bá tẹ̀ ń ta búrẹ́dì ṣé wọ́n ló yẹ kó jókòó sí ibi oní búrẹ́dì ṣèbí wàá fi ṣe franchise ni wàá ṣí búrẹ́dì bàbá ẹ̀ ní bastard owó l'Abẹ́òkúta mo fi dárúkọ wọn bastard owó ọmọ olówó gidi ni. You know, bread business is a good business, but Abẹ́òkúta lẹ́yìn kó ti máa ṣe bread business káwa máa ṣe franchises in London kò ṣe ká jókòó sí London káwa nu ṣọ́ọ̀pù kékékékékékékéké tá à ń pèrè àwa ní big woman big man tàbá wá ṣe fíṣe party mo wà ní literal mo máa ń bí ìyàwó mi mo ní ṣé wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ party ládùúgbò wa olùkọ́ wà ládùúgbò wa sọ́mà ti dé nísìn a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbogbo ẹ̀yìn ìyá wa yẹn kúkú ní dàmí mọ̀ máa rí yín báyìí máa fi rẹ́rìn. So kí ni Brazilian president kan sọ ni pé there should be peace in the world. We need peace. But you see, when we say we want peace, there can never be peace. There can never be peace. So, let's play it for the benefit.
Agora, outro país importante é os Estados Unidos, ou seja, é preciso que os Estados Unidos pare de incentivar a guerra e comece a falar em paz. É preciso que a União Europeia comece a falar em paz, para a gente poder convencer o Putin e o Zelensky de que a paz interessa a todo mundo e a guerra só está interessando por enquanto aos dois. Eu acho que a China tem papel muito.
So, he's just saying that there should be peace in the world, but everybody knows that there can never be peace because people don't want peace to reign. If they want peace to reign, we would have gone back to regional government probably 20 years ago. But because our politicians also wanted to make a lot of money, so they agree with the fraudulent military cabal. Military don't control our politicians in our Faith David. Mokela Constitution. You know, these are brilliant, you know, during our days in Abẹ́òkúta Grammar School. He's my junior, but and he's doing very well with his family as we speak right now. So what I was trying to say again is, if there's not going to be peace in Nigeria, then what are we going to get? By now, we should have gone to regional government. Kawama Asokwe, I think move out just like Scotland is doing, because Scotland is in kind of, you know, they have their own autonomy, at least a little bit, but they are still saying they're wonderful independent out. But I will tell you, when I practice the Say federalism and we not practice, but it's all lies. Everybody knows that we are not practicing true federalism. We are running on a fraudulent 1999 constitution. So, but when our Yoruba people, they see Governor Sanwo-Olu, I saw him, on his Twitter post, I'm having meeting with America or maybe the World Bank or IMF. It's all fraud. For you, it's not fraud. For us, we know that it's fraud. You see that Babiodun taking picture with a big man like, the owner of Gatwick. Ó kàn fi bàbá yẹn ó fi ń ṣe camouflage ni, so that ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lógùn state you will see him as somebody that is making effort. Kí ló dé tí bàbá yẹn fúnra rẹ̀ bàbá Ògúnlẹ́sìn kí ló táwọn ògbówó tó jẹ́ owó gidi sílẹ̀ kó bá wa ṣe Ògùn state cargo airport yẹn? Ṣebí gbogbo ara wọn sọ pé he owns Gatwick airport. Why is he? Let's forget about Lagos Muritala Mohammed airport, because that one is not in control of Dapo Abiodun. But at least let's talk about the cargo airport. That man can do it. I'm talking about Ogunlesi. He has the money. All right. There might be do. We'll mix it up. But he's not going to do it. But you can see that they are taking picture. Those picture is part of the lies. You don't know any better. But as an average Yoruba man in Ogun State, see, I read the comment of governor. Already they say the one in Oyo State, another criminal bomb bastard. Seyi Makinde, bomb bastard. Ó ti gbalẹ̀ mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ nísìn. Election ti tán, it doesn't need you anymore. They impeach it. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè. Angels are good. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm one now on the Afro share party fundraising one. They're raising a lot of money all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone's okay.
Yeah. No very question come Mr. Quick. I post the video last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Timori Bitetin rally in UK.
Okay.
And mo fẹ́ béèrè àwọn tẹ́jọ́ sí irú rally yẹn níbo náà wà sí báyìí.
Well, based on the movement as it is. Yeah. If we're gonna do such a rally again, I don't think we will get the target again, because part of Inti Yajagbajagba and Washington. Because those that believe in her are not gonna come out for any more rally in London and say, can't get out. We are anti back country one. So I can paroni. So part of the damage in here. But that rally, like you said, was one of the best rally, and we can only thank Bedu, Heritage, all the players, Alajara, and everyone that plays their best role, and all our grandmas and everybody that spent money, including myself, and those that attended and those that couldn't make it. Even going to which I was there. We've done a few rallies, but I think the last one we did, was the best. At least I feel rally, I feel Boris Johnson law, but the 25-meter flag.
Rally, mad. But in rally, Kai. Ǹjẹ́ tí a bá jẹ́ pé ẹnu wa ó ṣe kù ní àtìlẹ́yìn tẹ́gbẹ́ irú rally tẹ̀ ń ṣe ní UK yẹn tẹ́ tó ṣe again tẹ́ tó rí bí 2 yẹn again sáwọn àwọn UK gan-an wọn ní máa sọ pé ọ̀dà pé kankan ní ṣẹlẹ̀ o. Nígbòdò gan àwọn gan ló máa kọ́kọ́ pé Nàìjíríà gọọmẹ̀ pé ọ̀dà pa pípù yìí wọ́n ti fẹ́ dá wàhálà lẹ̀ nílùú yìí o ẹjọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká bá ṣe wá wọ́n náà bá pípù ṣe máa lọ. Ṣẹ́gẹ̀t bẹ́tí gbà téèyàn kan dé tọ́dẹ̀ wàá kó sí wa láàrin tó di òróró kalẹ̀ tó já sínú ẹran ẹmọ pé lórí ẹmọ mi mọ tí mo fẹ́ sọ sí yẹn ká gbé títí ẹ̀yẹn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. Mo rí ọ̀rọ̀ kan tí màá yé sọ ní sí àjẹta Julius Melame àbí tọ́jú
ọmọ tó wà ní South Africa bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ọkùnrin ní ẹ̀kọ́ ṣọ́bìnrin o.
Ọkùnrin mọ́ wọn.
Ó máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa.
ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wá kọ́ sí wàhálà láàrin ẹ̀mí àtẹnìkan. Ẹni yẹn sọ wípé irú nǹkan tí àwa Yorùbá ní sọ fẹ́ ká máa sọ jáde nílé wípé ọ̀rọ̀ lé ní sọ. Wọ́n wá ń béèrè lọ pé kí ni rí sí kí ni kéde ta fẹ́ rí tàbá gba Yorùbá lẹni tí mo sọ yẹn o. Yorùbá ni ẹ tó believe lórí wọn Nàìjíríà. Pé kí ni nǹkan tí a mì pé a fẹ́ fi gbalẹ̀ kí ni nǹkan táwa ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn. Mo ní ìgbà tó o sí ní láìní yẹn náà. Tó bá wà ní láìní yẹn ni wà á mọ rísì tá a fẹ́ fi gba Yorùbá nation. bẹ̀tẹ̀ torí pé ò sí ní láìní yẹn àwọn tó ń brainwash yín tó yẹ pé náà ẹ ti dìbò fún ọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí rédíò sọ sí wọ́n ti dìbò fún ọ tán sí ilẹ̀ wọn náà gbà yẹn sí. mo ń sọ fún yẹn ọmọ bó ni ọlọ́mọ lọ́rin mo níbẹ̀ ẹ wo olè lọ́pọlọ pẹ́pẹ́ ara Fúlàní ló ti jáde so olè lọ́pọlọ kọ̀ọ̀kan rẹ̀ kọ́mọ Yorùbá orúkọ Yorùbá ló gbé sórí àmọ́ bẹ́yà Fúlàní ni màmá ẹ̀ bẹ́yà Fúlàní bàbá ẹ̀ àmọ́ àkàmọ́pọ̀ ń jẹ́ orúkọ Yorùbá rẹ̀. so ṣé wàá rí ti Tolóyè bàbá ṣé mọ̀kàn tó pa mí lẹ́rìn mo ń rántí ìjọ tí olóyè bá máa wọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wá bàbá ìjọ tí olóyè bá tẹ̀lé Yorùbá mi lè tí ì sọ pé tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹni àwa tá a ní ojúnú a mọ̀ bí Yorùbá ṣe máa lọ àmọ́ tó máa ẹ̀ dìbò kó kéṣì.
Ọlọ́run ṣọ́ àdìgbà yẹn.
àmọ́ tó máa ẹ̀ dìbò kó.
Ọlọ́run ṣọ́ àdìgbà yẹn. Agbára Ọlọ́run.
Ọlọ́run aṣọ àgbà náà lọ lágbára lọ Ọlọ́run amújọ dúró ànífẹ́ nìkan kan ṣàwátì nínú.
Àmín Ọlọ́run àmín.
Ẹni kú mọ́ wa lójú.
Àmín ẹ ṣé gan.
Ẹni kú mọ́ wa lójú. Gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ sì máa ń sọ Mr. Koiki ẹ má trust anybody ara ni kẹ́ trust.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Nínú yín ni kẹ́ mọ̀ ẹ má mọ̀ ní ẹlòmíì.
Mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀nà náà ni.
Ọlọ́run ní fáwọn alẹ́ni tí ó tá a sọ tó ń sọ ní lọ́wọ́.
Agbára Ọlọ́run.
Ó dàrọ sọ.
Thank you so much. Remain in one Nigeria and they keep giving. This is another video I posted earlier on today. These individuals, these individuals in the election that they were conducting, I think in Kano today or somewhere around that, the northern part of Nigeria, and eventually they got two spaghetti, they got Ankara. But one thing, the Yorubas and those that still believe in one Nigeria is that how do you too many gadgets. We are going to drop for them. These images, I've already posted it earlier on today. These are the people that is holding us back. I mean, we normally say the Yorubas is the one holding Nigeria back. But these individuals that are illiterate, not to make sure we illiteracy. How do you expect that this woman, as illiterate as she is, then make sure that she got a PVC? And that PVC now has been used to conduct a fraudulent election in Nigeria. Remember that the North has the numbers in the Senate. They have the number also in the House of Assembly. So there's no way Awatawa in the South, we are going to be able to defeat them. We might try. Africa Confidential, welcome to the program. Aziz Moriembe. These two women, they were excited that they got, I mean, I'm looking at the packet of this spaghetti, probably less than a pound. And they gave them 3,000 naira. Whether to Fuani, Ankara, Abe, whatever to Fuan. And these are the same people that we are going to work with in Nigeria every 4 years. We are all entrapped. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hello. Mr.
Ekale, sir.
Ekale, yeah. Ekusheno.
Awani, àti the 1 hour.
Yeah. So, Bayo Ogulesi.
Yes.
Yes.
Pé kí ló dé tí bàbá yẹn náà ti bá wa kọ́ airport kan at least kékeré kan sí southwest. Ká máa fi ọṣẹ operation wa.
Ṣẹ́rí kan ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé tí ẹ bá tó bá ń pẹ́ bá fọ́lò nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ Mr. Bayo Ogulesi yẹn ni. Ó ti wá sí Nàìjíríà, ó fẹ́ máa operate, ó fẹ́ take care àwọn airport wa. Could them operate just like the way boy in London.
Mega tweet.
Corruption of Ilema Yedana.
Okay.
Corruption of Ilema Yed. But on Bani, the only brother so will really of Ilema Yedana.
Okay. So we shouldn't blame him.
He
Okay.
really wanted to help.
Okay.
He really wanted to help them.
Okay.
But our Nigerian leaders, corruption of leaders.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh
yeah, we appreciate that, and it's always good to get somebody to help us to clarify things. Thank you so much. F1 a few seconds, if you back up the WhatsApp. Thank you so much, the caller in the drop. My name is Olami Koiki. It's just coming up to 6 minutes past 12 midnight, and we just thought, just a shout out to our listeners around the world. I'm more even though we're moving different places, I'm sure a lot of us have been watching our news, on our phone, on our alert notification, on YouTube, on TikTok, and whether we know it or not, Sudan is not a go area tonight, if you are not aware. And the reason for that is there's a lot of fight going on in Sudan as we speak tonight. Maybe the United Nations might be able to stop it quickly before tomorrow. I don't know. Whether the WhatsApp if you back up there, whether they will be able to bring the situation under control, I don't know. But what I can tell us tonight is that the airport is no longer in the hands of the Sudanese government. Some of their military barracks have also been taken. At least I can confirm from reports from different networks, including our own, that at least 3 aircraft on the tarmac has been destroyed. One of them, I'm still trying to verify it very well, but information is still filtering through. But I can say that the one that I can confirm, the Saudi Arabia aircraft has been destroyed, the UAE as well. So they've actually suspended their flight going into Sudan. Kenya have suspended their flight. Malaysia actually have 27 students in Sudan. They've all been accounted for. I don't know whether Nigerians are there, but whether your government have done anything to confirm that, Shito country. But with the current situation in Sudan, is because there's no peace. If you talk about it to say peace, then what do you expect is going to happen? Why is there no peace? Because there's different. I was reading from this guy on his own Twitter, and he gave a different, analysis around it. Roberto Manche movie, movie money saying, he talks more about Ukraine and Russia war. And he's talking from the point of where I think what is happening there might also be involved with the Wangan or these, Wangan here. These ones are Ajagun Talamo, and they are those that are fighting on behalf of Russia in Ukraine, plus the Russia army and all that. But there's a lot of internal crisis. So what he's saying, I don't know how true it is that Russia cannot come straight to fight the war in Europe. So Russia is now fighting in Africa, just as we saw in Mali, and we saw, I think there's another African country as well, that they've told France to move their air base, and every one of their military have left. Maybe that is the same thing happening in Sudan. I don't know. But what I can say is that, Joseph Okechukwu. Oh, Eunice, thank you so much. Let me go and read a bit of Joseph Okechukwu, because he speaks from a different angle. I do follow him a lot. Let me see. Okechukwu. It might not be right. I don't know. But like I always say, there's always, a bit of information that comes out in different, the way everybody speaks differently. Let's take some of our calls that is coming through quickly as well. Okay, phone is in backup me. F1 anytime. Because I go meji latilu. Joseph Okechukwu. Spelled it very well. Why am I not saying it? Let's finish this spelling. Okechukwu. So, could it be that Russia is fighting the ground to drag America in? Láti pe America jáde àti I don't know. I don't have that, What is his handle again? I can't seem to find him, even though I've typed in. It's just coming up with too many Biafra, the Doors, and the others. That's strange. It's still 79%. So I think it's still 79%. That's why it's not allowing me to. I can't pick it up. Joseph. So there's a lot going on in this world. Google. He's a very popular guy. Yeah, we're by now. So now type it Twitter. Twitter. Just as Simon Epa. Just as Simon Epa. Simon Epa's name has been searched. I think the first 10 according to Google. So let's read about, okay, now we can take, let me first, Joseph Okechukwu before I take the 3 calls. So Joseph Okechukwu gave a different narrative to what is happening on the ground. We don't have to believe everything he says, so I'm just reading it. But could it be that Russia is trying to pull in, and drag America out because, they're not going to fight. We just saw Finland become part of the NATO. Russia said no. So let me read this through. Breaking. Wanga affiliated rival forces claim control of the Sudanese government house. The showdown between the president of the Supreme Transitional Council, Abdel Fattah, and the Boma and his deputy continues and intensify in Sudan. If you go on my page, a real picture, these 2 warlords. And again, that is probably one of the reasons why the international community is concerned with our breakdown or breakaway from Nigeria, because they're concerned that about breakaway, we might end up having different warlords. Warlord control, Yoruba nation, your state, I'm sure you all understand what I'm saying. So, there's also, evidence that the international community is concerned with. But if we break properly in a way that is okay, I don't think we should have warlords. But somebody like me, I've already thinking to that stage where Toba agree perfect break Nigeria, then there will be those kind of warlords, But we hope, Eledumare will guide, and then we won't get to that stage. So we must think of a lot of those situations. Even if we break away peacefully, does not mean that we cannot have warlords. We can end up have warlords and say, Awalani Lagos State, the Lagos State left for you, just as we saw one of the kings said the same thing. So those are the situations that also a lot of international community are well concerned when it comes to if a break Roninu. So there's a lot of things that are involved. So let's go further. As the Boma and his deputy continues and intensifies in Sudan, the vice president, this is where it gets interesting. The vice president of Sudan, Oruko Yenje, Mohammed Amadan Dagolo, is the head of the paramilitary opposition rapid support force. So in the news of Ija Sudani, Emagboton Pariwo, RSF, RSF, RSF. RSF stands for the Rapid Support Force. And when you don't back government, a lot of you say we can fight the federal government. We need a strategy. We need this. We need that. We need to train people. But you need a lot of money. No small money you need. You're talking about, serious money, because don't tie AK-47 and if we're not going to get to that stage, we can push for protest. I don't pray anybody get killed, but we've seen it already. People will get killed because it's a crazy country. But when we intensify the effort, then it will drag us and the federal government into a round table. But that's if we can't go into a full war scale with Nigeria. And I've told you so many times, the federal government, in a full war, we'll be defeated, but we can fight a guerrilla warfare. And even Joe Biden on his trip to Ireland was telling the British or the UK not to allow what we saw happen in the past. So the vice president, Mohammed Ahmadan Dagolo, is the head of the paramilitary opposition rapid support forces, which is called RSF, which is linked to Russia private military contractors known as Wanga PMC. RSF and the Sudanese regular army loyal to the president have been at the loggerheads over who will control the government. Nígbà tó lé al-Bashir lọ, both of them worked together láti lé al-Bashir. Al-Bashir was a very powerful guy. I'm sure you all know him until what Tosule off. But now, government tó máa ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn méjèèjì nísìn ló ń fa problem báyìí nísìn. Let's go further quickly because there's a lot of calls trying to come through, but I need to read this out before we take those calls. I've been at the loggerhead. I'm reading it and I'm doing a bit of explanation. Kó lè yé wa, if not, kó lè yé anybody, especially if you're not interested in this. But you got to be interested because by the time Nigeria get to that stage, these are kind of the analysis that they'll be expecting some of us to come and talk about. But I pray we don't get to that stage. But if there's not going to be peace, there will be war. Though the situation in the last few hours in Khartoum still appears a little uncertain and fluid, the Wanga link RSF claim ìyẹn àwọn Wanga yẹn rántí pé àwọn Wanga yẹn àwọn yẹn wà ní Ukraine nísìn àwọn yẹn máa ń jagun ta ni wọ́n ń jagun ta ni àwọn ní gbogbo àwọn kí ló ń pè àwọn ìlú gbogbo àwọn Eastern European yẹn mo fi rántí orúkọ kan nínú wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn yẹn máa ń jagun ta gidi ni wọ́n wà ní Ukraine nísìn, but they're fighting on behalf of Russia. America náà ní tiwọn, but America is not going to tell you the same thing in Russia and in the UK. Every one of them ló ní àwọn tó ń bá wọn jà, proxy war. It's called proxy war, and that's what is happening, most of the time around the world. So, as we go further, Bumokade, the Wanga link of the RSF claim to have now taken control of the presidential palace and the airport. And we know that already because evidence have shown that airport has been taken. Gowansha Port Konlogba, what to take over capital, which is Khartoum, Ati Ongobikoni Merowe in the north of the country, and there's another place called the El Obi in the east. By the time the federal government does not allow a peaceful, their machineries, Slovenia, and Slovenia call Maron Tibetan one guy, look on Muslim one by our Chechnya. I jagunta burúkú làwọn yẹn bọ́bá kú wá tún gbé lómi dìde, they're very very mad people ní wọ́n bọ́ ṣe wà yẹn, àwọn kíá àwọn ló ń jà ìjà tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní Ukraine, even though Russia náà ń jà ètò pọ̀ ń bẹ̀. Then he went further much earlier when the news of the RSF àti màá tó ń pè ní RSF ní tó ń bá government jà ṣokó lè yé yí dáadáa, invasion of the capital filter in the Sudanese regular army chief, ìyẹn the chief of army staff for Sudan gangan ó lọ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí Al Jazeera, ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ, ìyẹn wọ́n pè yẹn ní General Abdel Fattah àdè ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pè é ṣe sùúrù ẹja gbọ́ bíbẹ̀ tí bá ti sọ bíbẹ̀ tán ẹgbẹ́ ẹ pè wọlé ẹ̀kan pè ní ànígbékọ̀ yẹn. The chief of army staff at the government side was on the Al Jazeera, and this is what he said: "We think if they are wise, on Sofan RSF, they will turn back their troops that came into Khartoum." Our need troops nisin Chechnya, yeah. Our need troops. Ọmọ Yoruba, taba maja, kini kan ma àwọn yẹn, àwọn lówó yẹn, okay? Àwọn tá portray fún vigilante purpose ni. So tẹ́ bá ní fẹ́ jàjà gidi, pẹ̀fẹ́ jáde ìṣọ̀rọ̀ $10 million ìṣọ̀rọ̀ $15 million ìṣọ̀rọ̀ $30 million táwọn èèyàn bá dẹ̀ ti gbọ́ ẹlòmíì tó yẹ pé kò gbọ́rọ̀ owó bá ti gbọ́ $30 million wọ́n tó fi kówó jẹ́ ó lè ní bla bla bla. Mo kí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ìyàwó Sarah àti wà ní Sunday bẹ́ẹ̀ ni happy Sunday, but because not everybody understand how all this work. Àwọn ọ̀ràn church ní ẹnìsìn àwọn yẹn gba support gidi ó lè tí wọ́n gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ń jà fún on their behalf. So nígbà táwọn méjèèjì lọ sọ̀rọ̀ ní orí Al Jazeera, the chief of army staff ó ń sọ fún àwọn RSF pé kó back down. Àwọn yẹn náà ní sójà tiwọn, wọ́n ní ìbọn, wọ́n ní tank, wọ́n ní oríṣiríṣi nǹkan. So kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ vigilante lọ, ìjà vigilante kọ́ ló ń jà, ìjà gidi, ìjà yìnbọn fún mi kó pa ẹ́ àbí káwọn para wọn. Tẹ́ bá lọ wọ àwọn aircraft àwọn ti Sudan yẹn látòkè wọ́n ju bomb wá sísàlẹ̀, and that might happen in Nigeria. We don't pray so, but the way the conflict in Nigeria is not about Yoruba nation alone. Let me go quickly and swiftly. We know where you are ahead. Nígbà tó ń sọ tiẹ̀ tán, up with the other guy yẹn náà kó wá sọ̀rọ̀. Ìyẹn àwọn RSF. After tí yẹn ti sọ pé, look, we think it will be wise if you turn back your troops that came into Khartoum. Khartoum the capital one. But if it continues, continue, we will deploy troops into Khartoum from another area. In response, also on Al Jazeera, the RSF leader, General Mohammed Amadan Dagolo, better known as Amamidit, called the chief of army staff, just as you know, it is chief of army staff, a criminal and a liar. And he said, we know where you are hiding. We will get to you and hand you over to justice, or you will die just like any other dog. He blames the regular army force of attacking his RSF force first in the battle that has since the nation failed to transition to civilian. They are moving from transition into civilian. Transition ni ìdáwà náà ti ṣe àti ṣe rí ní Nàìjíríà. Transition was wọ́n move láti ìjọba military wọ́n dá padà fún bàbá Ṣónẹ́kàn kọ́lọ̀ fún ọ̀rùn kẹgbọ́n bàbá burúkú yẹn gbogbo pátá ló ti ṣèkà. And then it goes into a new government. All this, we should go and prepare our mind. We come at the stage here. What about the stage here? So, because the internal problem tó ti wà nílẹ̀ tá a resolve, ó gbọ́dọ̀ wá bite wa. Ó dẹ̀ máa bite wa whether we like it or not. Because it is not about Yoruba nation alone. We have a lot of internal crises in Nigeria. One of those internal crises is the 1999 Constitution. They cannot amend it. Tó bá sọ fún ipò máa amend it, ìrọ̀ ló wà níbẹ̀. Ẹ bá gbóhùn sókè ní kíákíá, gbọ́ mi wá. Àwọn ni ẹ.
Because sígbà kan máa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ owó yẹn inú mi máa dùn fún mi, inú mi dẹ̀ ti dùn fáwọn ọmọdé àkójọ ọ̀dọ́ wọn yẹn, because anybody tí ò bá fẹ́ fún máa yẹn ní ọwọ́ ẹ̀ onítọ̀ kó kọ́kọ́ tó bí rẹ̀ wò náà. Ìgbowó ẹ̀yà ní ìgbowó ń bàjẹ́ ìyá. So ó yàtọ̀. Ó yàtọ̀ gidigidi. Ẹ̀yà yẹn dẹ̀ wọ́n bẹ̀ sọ fún máa ní ẹ̀yà òkú pé Nàìjíríà kò náà wà o. So kéèyàn kan wá jáde kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ owó ní nọ́ọ̀sẹ̀nsì náà onítọ̀ kó jọ. Ìsìlẹ̀ máa yẹn
ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ lẹ́nu wọn lọ́sẹ̀ ń sọ ni.
Ó ṣèyàn téèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Ọbásanjọ́ kan kò lè fún nǹkan tí Ìgbòho ṣe. Ọbásanjọ́ ò lè kàn fún Fúlàní.
In charge of phone. I'm lose the broadcast.
Respect.
Thank you so much. We must continue to appreciate Oloye, whether we like it or not. I mean, there's so many men in Nigeria to Jomo Yoruba. To the Jadi, So for him to come out and say, "Oh my bawa shikini, oh my gbójú síta," òun ò dẹ̀ bẹ̀rù. Ọlọ́run ló lẹ̀mí òun. And he's not scared of anybody. But ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ ń sọ pé Ìgbòho ń bẹ̀rù. So ẹ jẹ́ ká return calls to the next caller. So looking at the Sudan situation, we do not pray for that. There is still time and room for negotiation between all the indigenous people. But if that is not going to happen, I do not see us going anywhere. Hello, caller. Ètò ni ẹ.
Báwo ni? Àwọn kan.
Àlàáfíà bàbá mi.
Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé o wà focus òde ní principle. Torí àwọn kan nínú àwọn tájọ́ ń ṣe Yorùbá ìtọ́sẹ̀ gbogbo àsọ pé tó lo mídíà fún platform APC. Àwọn mídíà kan ọmọ ọ̀tọ̀ ń ṣe rárá àtọ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ ní láti fún training. Torí wọ́n disorganize our people a lot nígbà election yẹn. Tó sọ platform wọn di campaign platform fún APC. It's very shameful. But I like you for your principle. You know what you are doing and you are following what you know. So Yorùbá nation Allah ṣe ń gbà fún wa effort ní kò ní dáta sọ́nà gbà Ọlọ́run.
Thank you so much.
I really in fact encourage me.
Thank you so much.
Ọlọ́run pé agbára Ọlọ́run amadé tá à ń lọ ayọ̀tà láfíà.
Ọpẹ́ bóyá ni ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ àdọ́yọ̀ ni ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you so much. Gbọ́n mi fàtà ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí Dr. Benjamin, very good evening. Mo kí ẹ̀yin grandma. Sherry, internet, let's go back to that article again. The internal conflict has always been there. It's a conflict. This headline is in Associated Press. This is the headline. Sudan military warns of conflict after the rival force deploys. Let's go further. The Supreme Transition Council number 2 man added that his forces will continue their action. I'm going to come back to the side. Not to bore you with all these anyway, because you are not interested to read, but just to brief, because I didn't want us to go too much deep, because a lot of proper program. Do we want to go through the route of where everything, boom? Or do we still have the opportunity? How can we know? Koiki, there's a transition of a government in place. They're still doing the democracy. Allow the democracy to continue to work. And I asked myself that if the democracy continue to work, how truly, the Chechen army, these are Ajagun Talawon, how truly do we think that democracy should it be practiced for another 23 years in Nigeria? Afwani, the joy, the peace, at least to some extent. We know that the revenue that Nigeria has been making for 63 years has been wasted, bloated, wasted, completely wasted. Taba is okay if you are my tidy up, dear, because I was reading Femi Adesina, Buhari ti OTF stepping stone select. Then the next government comes, then they will take it like that. It is very, very easy for them to say that. They will all tell you they're going to come out and do their best. And they will do their best. And after their best, that's the end of it. But in the long run, every one of us know Dapo Abiodun is going to complete his 4 years and it will be done. And then we wait for another person. Can we withdraw these our identity that has been locked into Nigeria? Let's withdraw that, which is what I was expecting there. Because I don't know what they're going to be telling the Yoruba people that still believe in them, even though some Yorubas are even more angry that Afenifere went to endorse Peter Obi. How did we get to where Afenifere is going to endorse Peter Obi? Even though Afenifere is divided because we have the Professionality that says I'm not even though Professionality is not the leader of Afenifere anymore, from what Mr. Dele Ogun, no, sorry, Mr. Dele Farotimi told us, that I listened to, the Baba Ayodebanjo. So, as we are fighting for Yoruba nation, again, they want to keep us in Nigeria. And that is where the friction is coming as well. Because the beauty would have been that we keep Joma saw the same thing to the government, that we are withdrawing our unity with Nigeria. There's no unity among us. But rather, we're still internally divided. They're keeping quiet. Extremely quiet, too much quiet. I'm not talking about those that have, the early that have made a lot of money. Yes, the first unity, Dr. Benjamin. By now, Afenifere should be issuing communique every day to tell the government that we will now say, this is going to be our agenda, this is going to be our pathway. We will work and tell our people that we will withdraw from the first unity. And they are not joking about it. But again, as a lot of people will say, they have a role to play as well. So it's all catch role. But if we are still dragging within our own self, we are just within ourselves, the global directory, there's different organizations. They're watching me. Everybody's playing their role. And they've been playing that role so that we can educate our people and say the unity, this false unity, this union is not working. But it will be good even if everybody is doing their own separate thing. But we are giving one message out, and that message is the Yoruba people are leaving. Melody, looking at the statistics of all the Yoruba politicians that are part of those that are holding us back, they are not up to 1 million across all the states. Lagos State, Oyo State, Ogun State, Ondo State, Osun State, Kwara State, Ekiti State, Kogi State. 8 states. Yeah. Lagos, Oyo, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, Kwara, Ekiti, Kogi. Yeah. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣe òṣèlú pátá ní gbogbo state yẹn wọ̀ tó 1 million. Láti governor títí dé local government pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn commissioners wọn. Tí ó lágbára jù wá lọ ni. Ìbéèrè, ṣé wọ́n ní agbára jù wá lọ? Wọ́n lágbára jù wá lọ. But we have not done enough to push and tell them what àti gbé message síta. But the next phase is that we have not really given them that full ultimatum. Kí ló dé gan sef? And people that want to my disrespect, am I disrespect you? Some party in this stage, but I think disrespect too. It's not like I feel like I want to no. There's always a way to disrespect them. Sharing power tó ń ṣe ń lò ní pé wọ́n fi power olórí burúkú tó wà ní center tá à ń pè ní Abuja yẹn òun ló fi ń mú wálẹ̀, and which is the military. And the whole idea of that military ni àwọn Britain strategized tó ṣe gbé fún North. Bí bàbá tọ̀létọ̀lé bá débẹ̀, ìyá mi kàn dé. Tí bàbá tọ̀létọ̀lé bá débẹ̀, àwọn military náà ló ṣe máa control. Gbogbo akọ̀ ń parọ́ fúnra wa pátá, the military gangan ló ṣe ń control Nigeria. But wọ́n ń lo photography àbí kí ni bàbá yẹn ṣe sọ́nà oligarchy àti democracy wọ́n gbé yẹn síwájú wa, and everybody is living in denial. But the problem is, how do we fight our way that by the time about lock àwọn politicians were, ta lock wọn mọ́lẹ̀, ta bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí disrespect wọn, then wọ́n máa need the support àwọn military yẹn láti north tí British gbàgbára fún ní 1960. If we are not going to go through the disrespect, tí Biafra bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ disrespect yẹn, kí lè rò kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀? Because even if we say that the Biafra are not serious, like a lot of us always say, we go serious, Nnamdi Kanu, Antimu, was serious. But tó bá lọ padà lọ serious nǹkan, ní àwọn tó rọra ń push yẹn, tó bá lọ serious, kí lè rò kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ni gbogbo àròkó máa ṣẹlẹ̀? Because if tó bá disrespect àwọn tọ̀dọ̀ tí wọn, tó disrespect the federal, ṣé kó máa dìjà? Tó bá dẹ̀ dìjà, the negotiation table wọ́n ní include wa nínú ẹ̀wọ̀n. Because in the international community máa focus lé ní pé the two individuals tó ń jà torí wọ́n ṣe mẹ́ta o. Lóòótọ́ a fẹ́ lọ, but a ò sí nínú ìjà yẹn o. So the future of Nigeria is really, really hanging. We can slow it down. The message connecting. Only Nigeria has happened to me. Can I pardon me then? I put the message and send this. When I lost my immediate sister, I basically do marry. Nka message about anything. Any like to be up on bomb classmate me. When I lost my immediate sister, I basically do marry. But you send message in one. Who can pop up maybe by you? Not taking Nigeria happens to one. More lórí Ọláyọmí kó yẹ òun náà lélẹ̀. Yeah, mo ti rẹ́ni tó ń send ẹ̀ wáyé. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi yìí ní UK bí alájà àkànṣe pàdé mi ẹ̀ wọ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi náà ni. Wọ́n ní Koiki, Nigeria has happened to me. I just lost my immediate sister. She was rejected at one hospital in Lagos due to lack of space. She died on their way looking for another hospital. Message is wọlé. Message alone vibrating. Ilà máa sọ sí yẹn báyìí. Message yẹn lélẹ̀ lọ wọlé. Or rejected hospital. Ṣé bá ṣe máa bá lọ náà lélẹ̀? I'm asking. Táwọn bá wà ní UK, tán ní good treatment, tí wọ́n rẹ̀ fábùrò wọn ní visa tó máa fi wá sí UK. I'm gonna block the face, and that's the picture of the picture of Queen nílẹ̀ ní mọ́ṣúárì nílẹ̀ lọ́kọ̀ dump body yẹn sílẹ̀. Ọmọ Yorùbá ló kú lálẹ́. Kábíyèsí lè dùn máa yọ lọ́wọ́ bá ẹ bó ṣe gbókù sílẹ̀ lẹ̀. Tálàṣẹ báyìí tẹ̀lé dùn máa rẹ̀ báyìí. Tálàṣẹ. Ọmọ ẹ tó sọ̀rọ̀. Picture mi wà pẹ̀lú wọn. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, mo wà lórí live show, mo ka message nǹkan fáwọn èèyàn báyìí, wàláì.
Mortuary to work. Can you imagine a country? Mortuary won't be seen them. In mortuary lower here. Boy, Basro, will send the whole land. All hospital. Will send Bro, work I can go send. But we should back on the life here go to cool. Oh, we can't get us. So we go to space in hospital. On their way to find another alternative. Look, see. All over Mary, I am a budget. Iṣẹ́ ìwé bá ṣe lóṣì bẹ̀rẹ̀ bó ṣe lóṣì pàpọ̀ síbi lónìí bó ṣe lóṣì mọ́ síbi lónìí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ̀ lọ́sọ̀ hospital wọ́n mú from one place to the other wọ́n reject mu àwọn mẹ́ta ni wọ́n bí àbúrò mi ti kú obìnrin kan tó wà lára wọn tó kú báyìí hospital bọ̀ báyìí tí wọ́n ti báyìí sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí wọ́n ti gbé bọ́sù hospital tó yẹ kó sí bá wà ní wàrí fídíò hospital bọ̀ báyìí ó ti sùn ayé mi ti bàjẹ́ ayé mi ti bàjẹ́ wọ́n ti ayé mi ti bàjẹ́.
It's okay. It's okay, Bono. It's okay. Am I keep BP? Am I keep BP? Am I keep BP? Lost okay. Am I keep BP? Lost okay. But I think all right. Otenike mama sukumani. Immediately more about him. You can say the reason why I say, let's blow this fucking shit on tree. I got blow it up. Don't make any sense. But some of us are not ready. Your hospital sọ pé àwọn wà ní UK lọ́wọ́ ọ wà lórí bed ẹ mọ̀ kó ní UK là ń wà wọ́n ti admit wọn hospital níbí báyìí because he probably can't take it anymore wọ́n ti pass the drips wọn lára he's enjoying it but on the other side gbogbo ọlá ní family èmi náà ní family nílé this happening live kò ń ṣe pé I make it up and that's the dead sister there. I could dump body and see the lembe. Don't want to show the face. You can see the dead body there. That's the end of it. Because kí má lọ máa sọ̀rọ̀ mi mọ̀ sí mi dẹ́ máa get angry tí bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan mẹ́rin sí so better kí n kọ́ra parí program. Ó yẹ bá a ṣe ní kíákíá ìyàwó ẹ má bínú. Mo lè tẹ̀lé náà ti lọ.
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
Yeah.
Hello.
Ẹ gbọ́ àìdá ń gbọ́ yín.
Ẹ kú iṣẹ́. Kẹ́rí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ kẹ́rí àwọn Yorùbá. Ọlọ́run nìkan ló lè ṣiṣẹ́ bí ọba nínú ayé wa. Ìdí tó jẹ́ kí n sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ẹlòmíì báyìí pé I don't want me understand àwa Yorùbá ìjọ̀gbọ́n. Torí ní ìṣe báyìí, wọ́n ní wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ìpẹ̀lú ìjọba Nàìjíríà wọn pẹ́ lọ́wọ́.
Ìyá wa ẹ má ẹ̀ka wọ́rì nípa ìyá yẹn jẹ́ ká fọ̀rọ̀ ìyá yẹn military mi ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn rọ́ ní gbogbo yẹn má ẹ̀ka tún stress ara wa too much lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìyá yẹn.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ Mr. Koiki ní tó jẹ́ kí n máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ẹ mọ̀ pé ìrìn àjò ẹni tó bá yé dáadáa a nídìí kí iṣẹ́ tó lè gbé ìrìn àjò ẹ̀ tí ò bá fi pé ètò ní pé ká jà sọ̀kan yẹn rálì tó jẹ́ big rally ló lè gbé ìrìn àjò tó lè mú kó lè ṣẹ̀rù balẹ̀ ètò Nàìjíríà gangan tó máa ṣe kí ẹ̀. Tó máa ṣe kí wọ́n pẹ́ gbogbo ìwọ̀n pẹ́ àwọn èèyàn tá a pẹ́ kí ó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe kiri náà. Àwọn èèyàn náà ni wọ́n ti dà ìkọ́ọ̀tù lọ́kọ́dọ̀ olóṣèlú lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ ìyá onídọ̀tí. Tó jẹ́ pé mi ìmọ̀ báwọn tó wà nípa ìrẹsẹ̀ bọ́kọ lọ́wọ́ ṣe wọ́n náà wípé ìrìn àjò ìníjọwọ́ ó nídìí ènìyàn ẹ má jà tọra wa. Kò sígbà tí àwọn ó dìde báyìí àwọn tí ò dá kọ́bọ̀ wọn ò ṣe rálì wọn ò jáde wọn ò ṣe kankan àwọn ni wọ́n máa fẹnu kọ̀ndẹ́mù àwọn tó ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Everybody ló mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nípa ìtẹ̀lẹ̀ sẹ́yìn ní ti pé àbúrò wọn kú ní Nàìjíríà yẹn. Ṣé tí hospital gidi bá wà kẹ́rù kan báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn báyìí báyìí? Ẹ̀yìn mi tí a bá sọ ni pé tá a bá ní pé ká má sọ̀rọ̀ màmá yẹn àníjà fún wa bọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ó ń rí níbi àwọn ènìyàn. Nígbà mi tí a bá sọ nìyẹn pé
àwọn ẹni máa kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi
àwọn èèyàn bìlíìfù pé ṣé ń tẹ́ understand nǹkan tí mo sọ? Ṣé mo pé ní ìsìn tó bá tẹ́ pé owó ta gbé ní first and torí mo sọ nígbà tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ Lady Kenny jọ mo ní mo rí ìyàwó àwọn rẹ̀ láàárọ̀ mo ní mo fún lóṣù méjì pé kò lè pọ́ṣù méjì tí ẹ já kẹ̀lẹ́ pọ́sẹ̀ kan mo fò wọ́n lọ lórí ikọ̀ ìtàn ní Lady Kenny ni mo ti sọ tí gbogbo èèyàn gbọ́ àwọn èèyàn tó wà nígbà ọ̀pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n bí ìyàwó yẹn ti já bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún yín wọ́n jẹ́ tó sọ fún yín náà gbọ́ wọ́n kò pé ó dáa fún mi jáde ló ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn wọ́n gbéṣẹ́ yẹn fún mi dákun lọ sọ aláṣìṣe rẹ̀ nǹkan tó ń pa mí dákun nìyẹn tó bá máa ṣiṣẹ́ bọ́ọ̀lù oníwàgbé jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ òtítọ́ wọ́n ní oṣù méjì wọn ló lọ́dọ̀ mi pé kó fi oṣù méjì pé ìyàwó rẹ̀ ó jà pátápátá ó ti já ìyàwó bí rọ́bà tó fi pọ́nù tó já ni òkú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè sọ́tò lè smooth mọ́ gbogbo tó ń lò yẹn ní ìsìn agbára ọpọlọ ló ń lò tó kàn parọ́ fáwọn ènìyàn kò jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn ṣe ẹ̀tọ́ kò jẹ́ kí wọ́n dà bí sọ ìwọ́n kò fi kọ́bọ̀ náà jẹ́ kí ẹ̀rọ sí iṣẹ́ Yorùbá lè ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìwọ náà ló rẹ̀ ń kọ́ ǹdẹ́ àwọn èèyàn tó pé wọ́n ń gbowó ṣé báyìí lè kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ àkáǹtì náà ṣé bàbá tó kúrò ìpá àkáǹtì ẹ̀kọ́ ní inú Yorùbá lè ṣe ní pé wọ́n máa dáwọ́ sílẹ̀ àbí owó ni wọ́n dá sí òní kí wọ́n fi ṣe. ṣé mo ń tẹ́tù jẹ́ lásán nìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ṣetán láti pa ìrìn àjò yìí ṣùgbọ́n ìyá ìlú kàn dàbí pé bíbí pé ọ̀hún kó ṣèdájọ́ rẹ̀ kọ́ lọ́wọ́ tètè ṣèdájọ́ ẹ̀ kíákíá jù báyìí lọ ni. níjẹ́ mi jẹ́ alákọ̀ọ́ kì í ṣe pé bóyá ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ni mò ń sọ. jẹ́wọ̀ kì í ṣe pé bóyá àwọn tó kó tọ́jọ̀ bí kò ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ tí ń sọ sínú afẹ́fẹ́ tí àwọn tí ò yẹ wọn tí wọ́n lé dán ọpọlọ rò pé báwo ni èèyàn ti lọ sọ pé ó fẹ́ declare ní Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n ti ń operate Nàìjíríà tí sọ́jà wà tí àwọn ọlọ́pàá wà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ wà tẹ̀ ẹ̀gbẹ́sẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ ṣètẹ́rí ìmùlé wọn lórí tí ẹ bá ṣe pàwọn ẹgbẹ̀rún rẹ̀ níṣẹ́. ṣé mo ní kẹ́kì jẹ́ láti sọ nìyẹn kì í ṣe pé bóyá pé kìíní tó láwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé òye ọpọlọ wọn ti dojú dé. ní ìsìn bàbá Tinubu ó fẹ́ ṣe ìjọba ní ìsìn báyìí wọ́n gbé àwọn sọ́jà tí wọ́n ti kó síta táwọn yẹn lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lọ gba ìtẹ̀rímù lọ́wọ́ wọn ni I do understand àwọn pípì yìí. Ìjọba láti ṣe ní pé ń tẹ̀ ṣe ó rọrùn. Kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ kú ṣẹ́ ní pípọ̀ ìṣẹ́ láti sọ nìyẹn.
Ẹ ṣé gan ìyá mi, thank you so much. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Majek ẹjọ́ mo bẹ̀ yín mo pẹ́ ṣe wà ní hospital tó ń gba treatment ní bíbá mo bẹ̀ yín torí Elédùmarè ẹ take it easy kò sí interface sọ fún yín gbogbo yẹn ni màá kí yín gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń gbọ́ program tí wọ́n gbọ́ orí bí breaking news ni àkí message yẹn ṣe ń wọlé náà ni mo ṣe kà mọ́ ìdá ẹ̀bí ojú yín lélẹ́yìí kódà picture tẹ bá mọ́ sí mi yà òun ló wà níwájú mi mo lè show yẹn fún public heritage wà ní on the left ẹ rántí pé bá mọ́ sí ya picture and send picture yẹn sí mọ́ sí mi nìkan mo lè send yẹn sí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ nìyẹn mo bẹ̀ yín ni ẹjọ́ mo bẹ̀ yín ni ẹ já lọ sọ́dọ̀ grandma ní Canada hello grandma.
Hello Koiki.
Ẹ kálẹ́ mà.
Ẹ kálẹ́ o.
Mo wà ní live ẹ mute tẹ́ ń gbọ́ nínú ilé yẹn o interfere padà.
Hello.
Ẹ gbọ́ àṣẹ à ń gbọ́ yín mọ́ mi.
Máa tó ń kẹ́yìn ìsìn Ọlọ́run ọba àrùn ọlọ́kàn.
Àmín. Jésù
Ọlọ́run àrùn ọlọ́kàn lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Àmín.
Gbogbo bí tá a fẹ́ dé Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kí Yorùbá nation kó débẹ̀.
Àmín náà.
Lágbára.
Àmín.
Nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ni pé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation ti ọ̀dọ̀ wa yìí a nídìí owó a nídìí owó ìyá yìí ti fẹnu já wípé kó má dáwọ́ sínú àpò kejì
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
pé kó má dáwọ́ sí Yorùbá kiri tiwọn so ó fi ẹnu bà ibi tó máa dáwọ́ sí gidi ó fi ẹnu bà bẹ̀ jẹ́ o torí náà ó dẹ̀ ń gbowó ní Yorùbá tọ̀dọ̀ wọn ó ẹjọ́ ẹ bá wa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn owó la need gbogbo afẹ́jà àbí
àfẹ́ṣe protest àfẹ́ṣe wọlé ẹ̀.
ó di dandan ká dáwọ́ ó di dandan o wípé ọ̀rọ̀ olówó dé kò sí bẹ̀ irọ́ nìyá yẹn pa o torí náà ẹ bá wa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn o Adáwó ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dáwó. Kò sí bá ṣe lè ṣe láàrin dáwó. Káwọn tọ̀ra wa jẹ. Àwọn jẹ́ ká tọ̀ra wa jẹ o. Ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo lórí owó ni o. Afẹ́gbà Yorùbá owó ni o. Owó ni gbogbo ẹ o. Torí náà, Ọlọ́run bá fún wa ṣe o. Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe o. Ọlọ́run á bùkún wa o. Ká fi sọ́kàn o. Kí gbogbo wa fi sọ́kàn o. Ọlọ́run á fún wa ṣe o. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí o.
Ẹ ṣé gan-an. Ó tó jẹ́ mẹ́ta. Ẹ ṣé gan-an grandma. Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé gan-an ma. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí wọ́n ní máa kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ní àwọn appreciate everyone. Wọ́n á bẹ̀yìn mọ̀ pé BP èyí tí mi ń gbọ́ nípa BP ni pé tó bá ti lọ sókè àti wálẹ̀ máa ń le gan. So ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ètò táwa lè pa fún yín. Mo ti send picture yín sí mọ̀mísí àti rí picture yín báyìí. So èyí tí mo lè fi ràn yín lọ́kàn náà ni pé kọ́lọ́mbà ń dúró tì kò ní wá ṣe yín lẹ́yìn nìkan. Ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin tẹ́tí pé jẹ́ ká pé àwọn tó ti pè before yín. Ìyá mi Tóyìn tó sì mo máa pè ìpadà já pé àwọn tó ti pè before yín. I'm going to just control my own emotion tí màá fi parí program mi. Because if not, tí àwọn akọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí oríṣiríṣi nísìnyí. So I'm just going to try and control it. Okay, ramp on available. Let's go straight to the next caller. Confirm it on one leg so that because it's just a shape that pé Lagos State olówó láti invest láti fi make sure pé the hospital system, these are all the things that we talked about, Okay, take the picture here. All right. Oh, yeah, everyone's okay.
Hello.
Everyone's okay.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Àwọn ni ẹ.
Yeah. Bọ̀dá tó ní títà wọn kú yẹn bá wa kí wọn pé kọ́ pẹ̀lẹ́ o.
Àwọn náà ń gbọ́ yín. Wọ́n wà lọ́sítítù bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run aṣàánú wọn.
So get nǹkan tí n fẹ́ sọ ni pé ṣe rí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tó ní kọ́ máa dáwó sí Yorùbá Nation ṣé yín ṣe rí bó jẹ́ orí social media ni anybody ti lè ṣe àwọn tó ń ṣe awareness ṣé yín kọ́ máa ṣe lọ ṣé tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé yín tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn olówó agbóhùn bọ́ta. Ṣẹ́gẹ̀t, ta ló fẹ́ lóhùn tí pọ́npá Yorùbá Nation? Ṣé rí àwọn èèyàn wa ó ṣì ń rìn wọn ni kò tí ì ga wọn jẹ. Ṣé pé àwa Yorùbá tí omi tó bá yìí mú wa débi ẹsẹ̀ wa bóyá kí n máa ń dìde. Ó lọ tó bá ti fẹ́ débi imú wa tó máa fi ṣókì wa tán báyìí. Àwa Yorùbá máa ń dìde. Ṣèbí àwọn ará Ìbàdàn ló ń gbalẹ̀ wọn. Tó sì ń bọ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ Tinubu wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó máa ṣe wèrè fún owó wọn ṣẹgẹ́tì àwọn tó nílé gbàtọ́ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbalé wọn tó bá nílé ìjọba nílé ìgbà nílé àwo ni àbí ọ̀dà Tinubu tó wọlé kò ní nǹkan tó máa di sáyìn fáwọn Fúlàní pé kò báyìí lóye ìdókòó tó bá wù ní kí lọ ṣe fún wọn ìgbà tó bá dé tọ́tara bá ní gbogbo wọn ṣe rí nǹkan kan báyìí ló máa tíga gbogbo tó wà Nàìjíríà bí mo ti wà èmi kàn ń dákẹ́ mọ́ wò ni tó bá yá gbogbo nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ àṣẹlẹ̀ tó kó máa pẹ̀lú yẹn.
Kò sọgbọ́n ẹ̀.
Ṣé ok tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn Biafra tó láwọn fẹ́ lọ tó wọ́n lè fún àwọn tí báwọn Yorùbá rí wọ́n gbójú.
Ṣá máa dì wọ́n mú ní pé kọ́ máa lọ.
Àwọn lè dúró ní kọ́ máa lọ. Àti táwọn Biafra bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ wèrè wọn ti ṣé wọ́n ní ẹ̀wọ̀n ní ẹ̀tẹ̀lẹ̀ dẹ́kun wọ́n ní ẹ̀tẹ̀lẹ̀ dẹ́kun àwọn olú oríṣiríṣi. Ọmọ àìsàn ti wọ everywhere ní Nàìjíríà ni. Ṣé tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ tán àwọn Yorùbá náà wá kọ́ ọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n ní káwọn oníkálukú máa àtàkì ara wọn ni. Ẹ máa wo ti ṣẹ́ẹ̀tì Nàìjíríà wọn máa pín. Gbogbo àwọn máa lọ láti gbogbo àwọn máa kó gbogbo at the same time ni. Àwọn Yorùbá ẹ̀la ìjẹ́lẹ̀ tó sọ pé ìṣòro àwọn tó lẹ́yìn ní pé Nàìjíríà lọ bí ilé ìbò ti ṣẹ́kọ̀. Àwọn yẹn wọn ní choice this time because àwọn wọn jẹ́ nù Nàìjíríà. Àwọn ọmọ wọn náà wọ́n fi wọ́n sáwọn póòtù kankan tẹ́ pé àwọn náà jẹun bẹ̀. Wọn ò lè support Yorùbá Nation láíláí. Because ọmọ pé tí Yorùbá Nation bá wà gbogbo opportunity ò ní sí fáwọn ọmọ wọn. It's gonna be by nǹkan táwọn èèyàn bá fẹ́ ló máa kó wọn síbẹ̀. Bóyá àwọn Biafra ló máa fọ́ Nàìjíríà kó ṣàdéfò
ó lè jẹ́ àwọn ọmọlànà ló máa fọ fún báwọn ìwà àlè fọ náà ìbá ò lè fọ Nàìjíríà bọ̀ fún jẹ́ ọmọlà tó máa fọ ó lè jẹ́ Ìgbò ló máa fọ ìkọ́ ni wọ́n máa fọ ó lè jẹ́ kí tí wọ́n náà ló ti máa fọ ìní òkú wà pé ọmọ àmọ́ àdé tó parọ́ àdé tó sòtọ́ gbà yẹn wọ́n á mọ̀ tẹ̀lé àwọn olówó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn gómìnà tiwa àwọn ọlọ́pàá gbogbo wọn fẹ́ wà ní South West ṣe rí àwọn oníbọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n á kólẹ̀ fúnra báyìí ló máa kólẹ̀.
Man like encouragement. Thank you so much. Evanki Grandma, thank you so much. There's 2 more calls and then we're going to wind down. Everybody will have something to say. Hello, Evanki Kia briefly. Hello, caller.
Àjẹpọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn náà ẹ bá wa kí brọ́dà yẹn o. Ìbọn nínú. Ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan ẹ ní pé pòlísì big rally bíi ti tẹ́lẹ̀ yẹn mọ́. Èyí kan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ju big rally yẹn lọ. Bí ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọbìnrin ẹ ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ táyẹ̀. Ẹ ṣàjẹ́ ká máa gbàdúrà. Ní gbọ́dọ̀ má jẹ́ kí àjẹsílẹ̀ yẹn pé kó pọ̀ jù. Àwọn Tinubu APC ọwọ́ rẹ́bà ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ pé bóyá wọ́n wọlé. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká bọ́dà pé wọ́n ṣe swearing ọdún wọn ò ṣe swearing. Nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà yẹn kì í ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ títẹnu. Tí ìlú ìkan bá láwọn fẹ́ dá sí àwọn gáàmà pápá wọn lé.
Látọ̀dọ̀ mi ló ti refresh. But ìjà override ká pa àwọn dáàdì yẹn tán kọ́ finishing tán sọ. Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú gbogbo wa. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí a rí ikú òjijì. Nàìjíríà bàmíjẹ́ country ni. Látọ̀dọ̀ mi ló ti disconnect. Let him be. Mo kí gbogbo ọlẹ́ǹkan sí i. Mo ní ká má ṣaláì má jáde ni. Àṣejáde wa ó tún máa mú èyí tó dáa kí n má fẹnu mi tó sàn kan mi. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Lára tó wá fún rally ní London ni o. Àwọn padà sí sọ̀rọ̀ rally. He was not even aware that I was live, or probably maybe he was aware. But
hello, my brother.
Látọ̀dọ̀ mi nìyẹn.
Okay. So ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation Ọlọ́run ti lọ́wọ́ sí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbàdúrà ká máa dúpẹ́ lérí yẹn ni. Ẹ máa wo nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tí ìyá tó dẹ̀ bá wa dá sí náà. Ọlọ́run ló máa mú ìyá nídìí àti ṣàdúrà fún ìyá bá a ṣépè fún. Kálukú máa jèrè sí ọwọ́ ẹ̀ bó bá ṣe rere wà á jẹ́ bó ṣe búrẹ́ dá búburú wà á jẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ìyá lẹ̀ sí ìdí ẹ̀. Mo sọ fún yín ní last year mo ní ìyá yẹn pé káàdì méjì lókù tó fẹ́ jù. Ó ti ń ju second card yìí sì ń sẹ̀mílà àdúrẹ́sẹ̀ méjì sílẹ̀ lédè tó sọ pé kán lọ máa reclaim ń sìn. Ìgbà tán bá reclaim tán sìn tí wọ́n rí ẹni fi ṣe ó máa sọ pé káwọn bẹ̀ sí perform kán máa bẹ̀ sí rí ẹ̀ kán máa act. Bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá mọ̀ pé báyìí ẹ̀ ṣe máa lọlẹ̀ yẹn. Òjò ẹ̀ rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ sìn ni ìgbà tá a bá fi máa rí next 14 days to 50 days. Let's say next month ẹni pé òjò padà pátápátá àtà ìlú July a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà by June July by God grace àbí tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ pé kì í ṣe because Ọlọ́run ló dá Yorùbá kì í ṣe Ọlọ́run ló dá Nàìjíríà so gbogbo orúkọ tí Ọlọ́run ò pè ó di dandan kọ́ lọ́run fà ti gbòǹgbò so gbòǹgbò ní Nàìjíríà jẹ́ ní orílẹ̀-èdè wa so dandan ni Ọlọ́run máa fà tù. So ẹ jẹ́ kí ìfẹ́yìn lẹ́kẹ̀ẹ́ máa bí tó lọ Ọlọ́run àgbà gbogbo ṣàkóso lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹni ẹ̀kúṣẹ́ náà Ọlọ́run àmọ́ wà pẹ̀lú yín o ojúkójú ìwò yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́kọ́wọ́ nìkan yìí gbogbo èèyàn tó bá gbèrò aburú sí yín àkórí ara ẹ̀ láti ran lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Thank you so much. So many times we talk about history is in making, whether we like it or not. This is going to be our last caller, and then I'm going to off the phone. I'll actually summary me. Hello, caller. Ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè bàbá wa.
Hello, brother.
Ẹ kálẹ́ sà.
Check out. Ó wá pè pẹ̀lú program ìtìlálẹ̀. Ó wà fún gidi gbà. káwọn èèyàn máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ìwà ọmọ wọn fi báyìí lọ bá ṣe máa lọ síwájú bá sọ̀rọ̀ lórí.
We strategize and then move forward.
a ronú nípa ẹ̀ka bá ronú àwọn ọkọ̀ tó ti ṣe dájú tó ti ṣe àwọn àtẹ̀kùwájú náà a ní láti lọ síwájú ká gbàgbé ìdí rẹ̀ ká pàtì tẹ̀gbẹ̀. jẹ́rí ìkọ́ta ṣe gọ̀ọ̀gọ̀ọ̀gọ̀ owó. àwọn ọkọ̀ tẹ́gbẹ́ nípa pé àwọn ìdá yẹn ní àwọn àwa náà ní ìwé àgbàdúrà ogun láyé yìí o àgbàdúrà o ọ̀tá gbọ́dọ̀ fi bí ẹ̀ sílẹ̀. mo máa sọ fún pé a ní ìdí àdìyẹ tàbá fi bí ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ wọ́n máa fa àwọn location náà ìmúra wọn. tàbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ bá rí bá ṣe dúró ẹ̀rù máa àwọn fúnra wọn bọ̀ wáyọ̀. ọ̀tá àbá fi bí ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ wọ́n á máa rò pé bá ọkọ̀ ń ṣe àwa kan ò nídìí ọkọ̀ nídìí àdúgbò fún àwa kan nídìí security fún àwa tá a nídìí owó ẹgbẹ̀gbẹ̀ bí àwọn kan á dáwó bí àwọn ọ̀dáwó ẹgbẹ̀ jáde àkóbá dá a máa lò bẹ́ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ máa gbé gbogbo nǹkan tá a bá nídìí láti rà pátá ló máa gbé pátá. àwọn owó yẹn kó jẹ bí àwọn ọmọ kó ẹni tí kò jẹ kí wọ́n sọ fún kówó jẹ kí máa rò pé ẹnìkan tó bá àwọn ọkọ̀ kówó jẹ ẹgbàgbé gbà tó bá kọ́ rọ́ọ̀fù wọn kówó jẹ wọn kówó jẹ a nídìí jẹ́rí fẹ́lá dùgbò only stay as mine. Àwọn tó fẹ́ kú ìdálẹ̀ wà kú kọ̀ọ̀kan tó ilé bàbá ẹ̀. Àwọn tó máa kú àwọn tó máa kú máa kú tó bá di ọ̀rọ̀ ogun. Tí ò bá dẹ̀ di ọ̀rọ̀ ogun náà, thank God, àdúgbò fọlọ́.
Àtẹ̀fẹ́ kó dogun.
Ìyá nígbàdúrà kó tó kó ọbẹ̀ tó bá wá di ogun náà.
Tó bá ti dé òdì náà ni ẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan tá lè ṣe sí. Tó bá ti dé òdì náà ni ẹ̀. Àkàngbàdúrà kó má dì náà.
Ẹgbà tó bóyá ìgbà ó sọ̀rọ̀ dà àwọn tó bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ tọkàntọkàn Yorùbá tó ti dúró orílẹ̀-èdè wa wọ́n máa dáwó àdèmà sórí àwọn ọkọ̀ tá a bá rò àdèmà fi ṣe àwọn ọkọ̀.
Thank you so much. Mo kí o gbọ́ that will be the last call ká lè ẹ̀wọ̀n kan àti náà fẹ́ pẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ náà normally 3 hours ni máa ń ṣe torí bó ṣe jẹ́. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí mo dúpẹ́ fún àwọn media wa tó lọ sí Benin Republic pẹ̀lú àwọn other people tó lọ tí wọ́n jáde lórí camera. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn dáadáa on behalf of our platform. I think that was a kind of a lift, or lift spirit gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ mọ̀ pé torí àwọn kan ọ̀gbọ́n àlàyé for some time. So ẹlòmíì gan wò pé bí àwọn tó ń sọ gan ṣe bí àtòtọ́ ni. But a ní láti máa jáde láti máa emphasize too much lórí. Ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà náà lẹ ní ká fọ̀rọ̀ síkùn náà ni. Ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé òye pé mo fi ń dẹnu tèmi tí bá sọ òun gan èmi ò bá gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́. Àwọn the north ni mo bá communicate. Wọ́n gbọ́n tí mo sọ wọ́n ṣe pé tẹnu gbogbo 30-60. Báwọn náà ṣe ń ṣe lọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n náà làwọn náà ń gbọ́. Tí wọ́n máa fi dọ̀la nísìn report máa dé wọ́n fún mi ní intel tí mo ní láti mọ̀. So ọmọ tí mo ń sọ àmọ̀ra wa báyìí àwọn náà mọ̀ mí náà mọ̀ wọn. Wọ́n náà pé gbogbo statement tí bá release jáde nínú program 3 hours ní 4 hours ní o wọ́n kàn ní decode kan nínú ẹ̀kọ́ jáde káwọn náà lè decode ẹ̀ kò code ní gbogbo àfi ń bára wa sọ̀rọ̀. So some of you sometimes Koikimedia tó ń fi code ni because I am very, very important in the movement as somebody that is close. And sometimes, like I always say, ẹ̀yin sọ pé ẹ ní that kò ní pa àwọn èèyàn ní faith pé ìntìgbò lè ṣe, but there's just too much, fizzle that is out there, and sometimes some people have just thought, you know what, forget it. You don't know. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ìyá yẹn títí dọ̀la, I don't have to even read the comments. She's not important to us. A platform for people polówó ẹnìkan tí máa ń lọ polówó ẹ̀. So, but one thing I can say is, there's always something that will just look like, we're getting quiet. Koiki, àgbọ̀n kankan mọ́, gbogbo ṣe wá quiet báyìí. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́nu ló bẹ̀. Kò quiet lọ́dọ̀ tiwa. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́nu quiet. Èyí tó ń ṣe lọ ní paperwork náà ń lọ Pastor Kebiorunkosi spoke to me, and they wanted to come and talk to us. But because I'm not giving them the all clear yet, even if I'm all clear, because they wanted to come and talk and, just share one or two things with us. If anybody think at the back of their mind, with the whole transition going, I'm not talking about Yoruba nation now, even internally, they are preparing for the worst case scenarios. Let me share a bit with you, a little bit, Katomalo. The DSS does not want the military to take over. How come? There's a lot of internal fight between the DSS and the Nigerian military. Ìjà tó wà láàrin wọn, DSS ni mo sọ, àti military, is very, very big. And they know what I'm talking about. Mo sọ fún yín pé gbogbo last year, àwọn ọba ṣe meeting pẹ̀lú àwọn military. We don't go into too much details. Kí ni ìpàdé yẹn dá lé lórí? Lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ máa máa wonder pé kí ló bá ń bá àwọn military ṣe ìpàdé fún. So, conscious ọ̀rọ̀ Yoruba nation is a different thing entirely. Within Nigeria, wọ́n ṣọ́ra wọn lẹ́wọ́, wọ́n ṣọ́ra wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ ni. So, olúkálùkù will move. So, àwọn náà will move bí táwa fi lọ. Bó ṣe wo tiwa, wọ́n wo àwọn ṣọ̀pọ̀n náà ti Biafra. Tí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan type yẹn pé Nnamdi Kanu ti wà lórí ẹ̀ for 20 years. Kìnìkan. And Nnamdi Kanu rẹ̀ ti wà lórí ẹ̀ for 20 years. So that's a complete, bogus. Pé Nnamdi Kanu ti wà àsọdùn nìyẹn. Biafra náà pé wọ́n ti yàtọ̀ sí pé àwọn ojúkun kankan. Nnamdi Kanu tó ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kò tí pé 20 years. So his game, that's a complete lie. But one thing is, they know that the media is still talking or communicate. And that's why they wanted to bring the Intokokofik Biwale, or we call Jagubo Media Wale. Lóòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀ dé gbogbo abúlé bá ṣe fẹ́ kó dé, àfẹ́ kó káàkiri. But for the fact pé wọ́n rí media já wálẹ̀, ó fún wọn ní concern tó pọ̀. Imagine tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n rí gbogbo media já wálẹ̀. Tí conflict wà láàrin wọn níbi gbàs. Koiki tí wọ́n bá sọ ilé ọ̀tọ̀ nìkan tó ń sọ náà gbogbo tẹ̀ yé wa mọ́. They could not destroy the media. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń ṣe media tó náà ń ṣe Yoruba nation. From day one, they're not interested in Yoruba nation. They are not interested. They're not interested in Yoruba nation. So there's a lot of move going on. It has been there. There's always a lot of moves going on in Nigeria. Anybody saw that? The military have been rehearsing for 29th of May. How many people saw that? I saw the video clip. Again. There's a lot happening. The spiritual aspect and the astrological aspect, the everything, we intertwine. Mukim Pastor Emmanuel Togba. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of movement going on. So, but not everything is for the public consumption. So it's as simple as that. Come over to the public consumption. OTD Ludo ni. Bàtà rẹ̀ ṣe Ludo. So mo kí gbogbo ọlẹ́ nǹkan sí. Ká lọ fọkàn balẹ̀. Bọ̀ mo sọ fún yín pé tí àyìn bá jáde tó ṣe voice kémi tó jáde èyí tó gbà lọ́wọ́ mi tó sọ nínú voice yẹn àbí tó sọ purpose tó fi gbà lọ́wọ́ mi because kò sọ fẹ́mi but we thought we are all working together. I'm talking about ìyá jágbàjàgbà yẹn tẹ́yìn pọ́nlé yẹn. This week ìyàwó mi ló máa decide whether I should tell the public. Mo ti sọ fún ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ, mo dẹ̀ ti sọ fún ìyàwó mi, but ẹ̀yin public lẹ̀ tí mọ̀, mọ̀mísí mi náà ṣe gbọ́ ni. But mo mọ̀ kó wá lọ pass message fún. Dẹ̀ máa ṣe wá jáde láti wá sọ fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ̀mẹ́ntẹ́ ń bá dé. Mo sọ fún yín pé èmi gangan ni target wọn, gbogbo àwọn mídíà tó kù, èmi gangan ni. Àfi tí tó bá yẹ pé n tó gbà yẹn ó gbà lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn mídíà tó kù, bọ̀ n tó bá ti mú gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn mídíà tó kù, I'm not even sure pé ó gbà lọ́wọ́ Ìjìnlẹ̀. I don't think so. But mo ti sọ fún mọ̀mísí mi, but ìyàwó mi ti wà aware, but public ni kò tí wà aware. So I ní sọ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ for now. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, mo sọ fún yín pé mi ni last man standing ní ìrìn àjò yìí. Ní mídíà, èmi ni last man standing. Máa educate yín, gbogbo tẹ́gbọ̀n máa fún yín. Láì ní rí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, orin ayọ̀ la máa sùn, kọ́lọ́n kò jí wa sáyé. Play anthem wa nígbà tá a dé, so yẹ ká play ká tó máa lọ. No, that part play, I can't remember. Yẹ ká play anthem yẹn. Oòduà gbé wa kò ní gbé ọ̀dàlẹ̀. Tó bá jẹ́ mi gangan ní ọ̀dàlẹ̀, gbogbo ohun tí ojú ọ̀dàlẹ̀ máa ń rí pátá ní gbogbo agbègbè mi, ní surroundings mi, àtẹni tó súnmọ́ mi dáadáa ni kó bá lọ. But tí ìbá kí ń ṣe ọ̀dàlẹ̀, èmi ni máa pa gbogbo yín pẹ̀lú mídíà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa wò mí náà nìyẹn. A máa wù yín ni pé kẹ́ mú jẹ. A máa wù yín lọ́kàn. Bó ṣe ń wù yín lọ́kàn yẹn, bó ṣe máa mú yín tẹ́ máa fi kú nìyẹn. Bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn. Tó bá release audio yẹn, then tí n bá ti jáde, bó release audio, ó gbọ́dọ̀ sọ purpose. That's all. Purpose yẹn gangan ni mo fẹ́ mọ̀. Ìyá jágbàjàgbà. That play Yoruba anthem ká máa lọ. Oòduà gbé wa kò ní gbé ọ̀dàlẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rí mi pa sínú ilé Ìgbòho, ikú mi ò sí lọ́wọ́ anybody nínú yín. Yorùbá nation no going back. Ẹ̀yin tèmi, ó rà ń pé màá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí comment 16th. But kò ní jẹ́ lẹ́nu ìhun lọ sùn tó bá ṣe tán báyìí. Ó dàrọ̀. Ìgbàgbọ́ àti bẹ̀rù àṣìṣe. Ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòwú ọmọ Oòduà bọ́ sí ipò. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Michael wọ́n ní kí n jọ ọ́ mi sókè báyìí. Mo kí ìyá mi dáadáa tèmítèmí. I love that beautiful sister. Sister Kanti. Ẹ̀gbọ́n tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín á bá bèrè pé kí ni ìyá ìgbà lọ́wọ́ Koiki? ẹ máa rò lọ́kàn, ẹ máa gbé sùn bẹ́ẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ń dúpẹ́ pé nígbà tó gbà lọ́wọ́ mi yẹn, kí ló fi gbà lọ́wọ́ mi ni mo mọ̀, kó tó di pé iyè mi wá sọ padà. That's all. Ẹ̀wọ̀n pé tí a bá fẹ́ gbà nǹkan lọ́wọ́ èèyàn, ẹ̀wọ̀n pé ìyàwó kan sọ Koiki máa dúpẹ́. Ìyá yẹn ẹ̀wọ̀n pé ìyá yẹn tí ó wà lọ́wọ́ mi, ẹ̀wọ̀n pé jókà èmi ni tó pọ̀. I'm talking about Mrs. Modupe Onitiri. Ẹ̀wọ̀n mi tí mo sọ. Ìgbà àgbàtọ́ ní kó lọ sọ fún mi pé gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, ó máa fún ẹ. Ó dẹ̀ gbà lóòótọ́. Wọn kò sọ tó fẹ́ fi ṣe fún mi. Mo dúpẹ́ fún ìyá tó bí mi. Mo lè dúpẹ́ fún ìyàwó tí mo gbé sílé. But ìyàwó mi ló máa fún mi ní all clear pé kí n sọ síta. Àmì ìjọba yẹn lọ, ó dàrú.